Live from El Paso, it's a Black Friday showdown between the Amarillo Wranglers and the El Paso Rhinos. Hi everybody, this is Chiarenza bringing you all the action here to you tonight on NATV or YouTube, wherever you're listening from, wherever you're having fun from. Hope you're having a good Thanksgiving weekend. Tonight we have a good matchup between the Rhinos and the Wranglers. We're all stuffed from Thanksgiving, but up next on the menu is another South Division showdown between two of the top teams in the division, as the Wranglers come into the game with a record of 12-7-2-0, fourth place in the South Division, 26 points on the year. They're led by head coach Ryan Anderson and his assistant coach Connor Yanni. And the Rhinos come into the game just 1 point ahead of the Wranglers with 27 points on the year, a record of 13-8-0-1, good enough for third place in the South Division. So think about that third or fourth spot in the division up for grabs here tonight, as one of these two teams will come away with sole possession of third place here tonight. Should be a doozy, as we've got two really good teams going at it, although the Rhinos and the Wranglers both having unfortunate outcomes to their last two endings, as the Wranglers fell 9-0 to the Lone Star Brahmas at home last Saturday, something that they'd like to erase from their mind. It's one of those games where you just need to have that mind wipe thing from Men in Black and just get it out of your memory. That's what the coaches said when I talked to them this week. It was just one of those burn the tape and move on kind of lessons, where you just take the life lessons from it, take what you learned, and apply it to your next game. Who knows? The El Paso Rhinos could be at the receiving end of that here tonight, although they were didn't fare too well in their last outing either, as they lost 8-0 to the New Mexico Ice Wolves in their last outing. So both these teams looking for a rebound here tonight. We'll see who gets it. For the Wranglers, they're going to have to rely heavily on some more scoring. The Wranglers just haven't been getting enough scoring throughout the course of their lineup over the last couple of games, and it's really come back to haunt them, as they narrowly defeated the Brahmas last Friday in a shootout by the final score of 2-1. Connor McDonough played fantastic in that game, but they're going to need him to stand on his head here again tonight, as he will get the start in net. We'll get to our starting lineups in just a moment. The Wranglers looking for more scoring throughout the course of their lineup. Look no further than their top line of Jack McDonald, Ben Ivy, and Jack Ivy. That line will lead the way, as they will get the start here tonight in this game for Amarillo. Jack Ivy leads the team in goals with 12 on the year in just 19 games. He's off to a really good start to the year. His twin brother Ben centering that line with him, wearing number 4. Both of those brothers are committed to go play at Army next season. This will be their final season as Wranglers, and so far they're leaving their mark, as the Ivy brothers are among the team leaders in points so far this season. And on that left wing, you got number 93, Jack McDonald. This is a guy that's been lethal, not just on the power play, but scoring-wise this season as well, as McDonald in 21 games has 12 points, a lot of his points coming on the power play. Speaking of that Wrangler power play, that's a unit that they'd like to get rolling here as of late. They've been ice cold in their last 5 games, have not scored a power play goal in their last 5. Look at back on track here tonight against the Rhinos this evening. On defense, starting deep pairing will be number 16, Colin Doherty on the left side. Number 2, Kyle DeMarco to his right. Two of the longest tenured Wranglers defensemen will be there on the blue line to start the game for Amarillo. And you really think about a solid defensive output, and look at those two. Those are the locks on defense for Amarillo. They'll get the start here tonight in this game. And of course, you can't talk about the Wranglers without talking about Connor McDonough. He was fantastic last season, and he's been just as good this season, as he's got a record of 10-5-1 coming into the game. His 10 wins on the year are tied for second most in the North American Hockey League so far this season, behind only Deves Rolovs, who has 12. So Connor McDonough is having himself a stellar start to the season. They'll rely on him tonight. He's got a goals against average of 2.37 and a .908 save percentage, and he has 1 shutout on the year that came against Shreveport earlier on in the month. That'll round out your starting lineups for the visiting Amarillo Wranglers. We'll get to the home El Paso Rhinos, the first meeting between the Wranglers and the Rhinos this season. And so I wonder if we'll see that feeling out process that we usually see when two teams meet each other for the first time this season, or really haven't met each other in a while. It'll be interesting to see how this first period plays out, as the Rhinos will send out their second line of number 8, A.J. Reed on the left side, Medrick Bolduc wearing number 19 down the center, and on the right wing it'll be Camden Bezier wearing number 14 on the right wing. It'll be that line starting the game for the Rhinos. On defense, they'll start with number 15, Tim Matthews, on the left side. And on the right side, it'll be number 9, Max Giblin. And in goal, it'll be number 30, Kale DePate, who was the North American Hockey League October Goalie of the Month. The record of 4-1-1, a .96 goals against average, under a goal a game, and a .960 save percentage with 2 shutouts in the month of October. Although stats on the season a little bit murky, as in 10 games played, he's got a record of 5-3-0-1, a 2.5 goals against average, and an .898 save percentage. Although he does have a couple of shutouts on the season, as he split time between Odessa and El Paso this season. He will be between the pipes for the Rhinos here tonight, as they will take on the Amarillo Wranglers. The Rhinos are led by head coach Joe Coombs and assistant coach Josh Brown, both in their second season with the El Paso Rhinos. This is an interesting Rhinos team because really having a bounce back year from the past couple of seasons that they've had. Last season finished 18-38, 3-1 for 40 points on the season. Of course, did not make the playoffs. Haven't made the playoffs in the last couple of years. Although they're looking to rebound from that. They're off to a pretty good start this season. Although the question is are they legit? Are they for real? Or are they pretenders? Pretenders or contenders? I guess we'll see, as the Wranglers will get their first dose of El Paso this season. They play each other 8 times this year, although we'll play 2 times here this weekend. Wranglers go off to Odessa on Sunday, and then they won't see the Rhinos for a while, although they will see them 6 more times later on down the stretch in the season. 4 of those coming at home. So we'll make one more trip down to El Paso County Events Center. Oh my gosh. That was a tongue twister for me. El Paso County Event Center. We'll come down here one more time before the regular season finishes up. The Wranglers coming into this game pretty decent in their last 10, 6-3-1. Although you got to think about that blemish on the record. That last game against Lone Star, Wranglers looking to erase that from their minds. And I kind of said at the end of that last broadcast that sometimes it's a game like that where it exposes your weaknesses, and you just got to go out there and give your best effort the next game, really understand what went wrong in that last game against Lone Star, turn the page, move to El Paso, and I really think that if the Wranglers get off to the right foot here to start this game, then they're going to have a really good chance to win here tonight. I think the biggest key to the game here for the Wranglers right now to start the game, we'll give you 3 keys to the game. 1, you got to get shots on goal against this Rhinos team. This is something that the Wranglers have struggled with over the last couple of games. You got to get a high volume of shots on goal. Sometimes they don't need to be grade A quality chances, especially if you station a guy out in front of the goaltender. You might get a tip in out in front, maybe a rebound, and you can stash it home. And that could do the Wranglers some good here tonight. So, number 1, get some shots on goal. Number 2, I think the first 10 minutes of this game are going to be critical. Last game we saw Brock James, 14 seconds in, go right down to the Wranglers' end of the ice and score a goal. And that's when Lone Star scored their first goal of the game, and they didn't look back. So for the Wranglers, it's imperative that they go out, put their best foot forward for the first 10 minutes of this game. And sometimes you don't need to get the first goal of the game, but you need to make a statement. You need to play with energy and come out and really dictate the terms for the game. I think the first 10 minutes for the Wranglers are going to be critical. And, hey, if they can get that first goal of the game, even better. And lastly, for the Wranglers, you got to get that power play clicking. As I said, it hasn't been working for them all too great as of late. Over the last few practices, Ryan Anderson and Connor Yanni have really been working to try and fix up that power play unit, as they've just been pretty cold over the last couple of games, which is one of the things with the power play where, sometimes you go do the stretch where everything's looking great, you're clicking. It seems like that was what was happening for the Wranglers through that really stretch of 10 to 20 games, where 10 games in the next few till 20. This is game 22 for the Wranglers here tonight, although ice cold over their last 5. So you think about that stretch where the Wranglers seem to be scoring a power play goal every single game. Well, that's now gone away. So I think for the Wranglers here tonight, you got to capitalize on your chances on the power play. Something that really hasn't gone their way as of late. The Wranglers are able to do that here tonight. Not only set a statement against the Rhinos, but it'll also help them in terms of the score. So certainly a couple of things that will help the Wranglers here this evening is getting shots on goal, dictating the terms for the first 10 minutes of the game, and of course, scoring some power play goals here tonight. Wranglers power play coming into the game tonight, clocking in at 19.8%, which is not bad, but you got to factor into how they've performed over the last 5 games. Certainly isn't up to the standards of Ryan Anderson and Connor Yanni, something they've been working on in practice over the last couple of weeks. We'll see if it pays off for them here down in El Paso. Well, it looks like we're going to have a good matchup in store here tonight. I could smell the kettle corn. I wasn't able to get over there here tonight before pregame. Was a little busy setting up the setup here tonight for the broadcast, so I think tomorrow I'm going to do a food review. I think we're going to get some kettle corn on the broadcast. Maybe I'll have some of the inactives come over here, and we'll do a food review of the kettle corn tomorrow evening when the Wranglers take on the El Paso Rhinos for the second game of the two-game set. Bit of an interesting set here between the Wranglers and the Rhinos, where you play 2 games in El Paso on the road, and then on the way back home, you make a pit stop in Odessa, play the Jacks just one night only, and round out 3 games in 3 days, and then you head back home. Speaking of the road trip, this is the Wranglers' second longest road trip of this season. So you got the 2 games here in El Paso today and tomorrow, and then you've got the game in Sunday in Odessa. And then next weekend, the Wranglers will be over at NYTEX Sports Center to take on the Lone Star Brahmas. So a bit of an interesting stretch for the Wranglers, and they always say, at least my good friend and mentor Tyson Whiting would always say, good teams win at home, great teams win on the road. If you can win on the road and really win convincingly on the road in hostile environments, chances are you're a pretty good team. Chances are you're a playoff team. So it's going to be key for the Wranglers here in this next couple of games down this stretch to not only play well on the road, but also win these games on the road, as every point counts in the South Division. We're all well aware of that. And so 2 big points up for grab here down south in El Paso. We are in the Mountain Time Zone. El Paso, one of the few cities in Texas that resides in the Mountain Time Zone. So for all of you right now, we're getting close to, looks like we're past 8 o'clock. Go back home in Amarillo. So not too late. Maybe get some coffee on the pot. Get a snack of your choice. Sit down, get comfy. As we'll have action between the Wranglers and the Rhinos in just a few minutes on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few moments, where we will have first period puck drop from El Paso County Events Center. This is the Wranglers Hockey Network. We'll be back in just a few.
This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to El Paso County Events Center. I believe we're right across the road from the El Paso Coliseum. I think they're 2 different things. I think I've determined that over the last couple of minutes since I've been gone, because I came in through, we were on the bus, we came through and we saw the Coliseum, and now we're here in the County Events Center Neat little rink, neat little barn, have to say. Winner of Kraft Hockeyville 2020. Coyotes and the Stars played a preseason game here. I have to think that that was an electric atmosphere. And I think tonight's atmosphere is going to be pretty darn good as well. Hostile environment for the Wranglers, although what else is new? This is the Wranglers team that on the road is 4-4-1 on the season. Got to find a way to win on the road. So far for the Wranglers, it's been mixed results. I think these next 5 games are really going to tell us a lot about this Wranglers team. I think it's going to tell us a lot about what the next couple of games are going to look like for them coming out of that stretch. It'll be interesting to see, although for the Wranglers here so far this season, it appears that their strength of schedule to start the season has been a lot tougher than what it's going to be to finish off the season. Played a lot of the top teams in the South Division, made their rounds with Shreveport, New Mexico, Lone Star, got 4 more after with Lone Star to round out the season series after they're done here this weekend. You got El Paso here today and tomorrow. So for the Wranglers, it's been a tough stretch. And so far, they played quite well through it. As I said, 6-3-1 in their last 10 games. They're holding up quite well so far, but you got to think about that wear and tear. And then, of course, being on the road for the next 5 games, starting here tonight. This stretch will really prove the grit of the Wranglers team. And it looks like they're blowing up an inflatable rhino head, and I believe the El Paso Rhinos are going to come skating out of it, kind of like the San Jose Sharks do down in San Jose. Can't say I've ever seen this before. Actually, looks pretty cool, actually. We gotta get like a Wranglers kind of thing like that. Maybe I don't know. You have to come back to me on that. I'll think of something. You gotta get a big inflatable something. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you got to get somebody on Facebook to figure that out. Seems like that's a Facebook thing. Either way, we're about set for game time here at El Paso County Event Center. Looks like it's going to be a packed crowd here in El Paso. Should be a fun evening between the Wranglers and the Rhinos. So you look for the Wranglers lineup, and of course, we talk about them needing a little bit more depth scoring here so far this season. Looks like they've been pretty heavily reliant on their top 2 lines plus Connor McNaughton to get the job done. They're going to need a little bit more from the supporting cast. We talked about Jack McDonald, Ben Ivey, Jack Ivey, Topi Pukinen having himself a great start to the season, although he's kind of cooled off over his last couple of games. If they can get him rolling here tonight, that would be big, as the finished forward in 21 games is almost a point-per-game player. He's got 9 goals, 11 assists for 20 points in 21 games on the year. He's been great for the Wranglers so far this season. Centering his line tonight will be number 89, Roman Zapp. Leads the team in plus-minus with a +7 on the year. Zapp, in 21 games, has 17 points, 6 goals, and 11 assists. The German forward centering that second line to his right, number 77, Alex Papaspropoulos. He's been excellent as a rookie for the Wranglers this season. Spent last year with the Pickering Panthers of the OJHL. This year he was a Wrangler, and we're happy to have him, as in 21 games, he's got 16 points, 6 goals, 10 assists. He's a +5 on the season. He's been great for the Wranglers so far. That third line, a little bit of a shake-up here tonight, as Grayson Gerhardt out of the lineup. In comes Alex Stepanek, who did not play in that last game against Lone Star. Stepanek wearing number 74. The Czech forward will be to the left of number 27, Connor McNaughton, who's on pace to break all of his NHL career records so far this season. McNaughton, in 21 games, has 7 goals and 6 assists for 13 points. He is having himself a career year so far. And to his right on that third line, number 21, Morley Phillips, slides back into the lineup. The former Maryland Black Bear will round out that third line. And then on the fourth line, number 9, Jacob Miller, centers the line of number 12, Tommy Chunchikov on the left wing. And on the right wing, the old 3-9er, number 39, Corson McGuire. That'll round out the forward group for the Wranglers tonight. Wranglers dressing 7 defensemen here this evening. Trey Williams paired with Nolan Gagnon on that first pairing. That's nothing new. They've been great together so far this season. Of course, we talked about that second pairing. Number 16, Colin Doherty, with number 2, Kyle DeMarco. Then that third pairing, a little bit of a change-up here. We talked about how the Wranglers are trying to find a left D partner for Drew Jeffers tonight. Bryce Cooper slides back into the lineup, as missed a couple games with an injury. He's now back into the lineup. Number 8 will be alongside number 7, Rounding out that third D pairing, although that extra defenseman here tonight, number 5, Henry McRoberts. Played his former team, the Lone Star Brahmas, last weekend. Tonight, he will play against the Lone Star, or excuse me, I got Brahmas on the brain. He'll play against the El Paso Rhinos here this evening. Of course, in goal, we talked about number 1, Connor McDonough. This game will really run through him. He's been the Wranglers' brick wall in net so far this season. His backup tonight will be number 33, Luca Gons. So it'll be interesting to see how the Wranglers fare here tonight. A little bit of a shake-up to that lineup, of course. That's what a 9-0 loss will do to you. So we'll see how the Wranglers come out and approach this game. Talked about how imperative that first 10 minutes is. We'll have to see how the Wranglers approach this game. Wranglers been scoring the first goal of the game. Have an impressive record of 8-1. When they don't get that first goal, 4-6-2. So it just shows you how imperative it is that they go out, get that first goal, and play with the lead. This is a Wranglers team that, yes, while they thrive in close games, and we'll get to that later, while they thrive in close games, they certainly like to have the leg up early on. So Wranglers don't want to go down by 1 early on. We'll look and see who gets that first goal. In fact, why don't you guys go and, whoever's listening here tonight, why don't you go and make your pick for the first goal of the game. Comment down below on YouTube or go over to our Facebook page and go to the Game Day post and comment who you think is going to score the first goal tonight for the Wranglers. As looks like the Rhinos have just taken the ice. Rhinos sporting a black jersey with black numbers, orange trim, and orange lettering. It's a two-tone jersey. Pretty cool look for the Rhinos as the Wranglers are wearing their white jerseys. It's a white jersey with blue numbers, red trim around blue lettering, and blue numbers. Sharp look for the Wranglers here this evening. Looks like they'll announce the starting lineup in-house for the Rhinos here this evening. We'll go over it once again as El Paso will start out with that line of A.J. Reed wearing number 8, number 19, Medrick Bolduc down the center, and to his right, Camden Bezier wearing number 14. And on defense, Tim Matthews and Max Giblin. In goal, Cale DePate to start for El Paso. And for Amarillo, they'll start with number 93, Jack McDonald on the left wing, number 4, Ben Ivy down the center, and Jack Ivy on the right wing wearing number 6. Defensively, number 16, Colin Doherty, and number 2, Kyle DeMarco, and in goal, Connor McDonough. McDonough will make his 17th start of the season for the Wranglers. This is game 22 for Amarillo. We'll be back in just a few moments on NATV and YouTube, where we'll have first period puck drop from El Paso. This is the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to Wranglers Hockey on NATV and YouTube. We're over in El Paso this evening for the first matchup of the season between the Wranglers and the Rhinos. Hi everybody, I'm Guy Chiarenza, bringing you all the action here tonight as we're just about set for game time between the Wranglers and the Rhinos. I'd like to extend our condolences and our prayers to the family of Marianne Choi, who unexpectedly passed away last weekend. Thoughts and prayers are with the Oklahoma Warriors organization and the Choi family. And we ask that you do the same. We got ceremonial puck drop here from El Paso. Kyle DeMarco out there to take the draw for the Wranglers. Frank Defelsky for the Rhinos. It looks like got all the preliminaries out of the way. We are ready to do battle here in El Paso. Starting netminders, Connor McDonough for the Wranglers. He's been fantastic this season, making his 17th appearance of the year. He's got a record of 10-5-1, 2.37 goals against average and a .908 save percentage and one shutout on the year. For El Paso, it'll be Cale DePape between the pipes for the Rhinos. Got a record of 5-3-0-1 in the year. 2.5 goals against average and an .898 save percentage. As we are underway as Colin Doherty sends it around the horn along to the far side wall. Rhinos chomp back out to center. A couple big hits thrown around here to start tonight's game as the Rhinos look to exit their own zone. They'll dump it in on McDonough, elects to play it. Moves it off for DeMarco, who charges down the left wing wall. Stretch pass does not connect with Jack Ivey, goes off the Rhino end wall. It'll be good enough for an icing just 31 seconds into the game. First meeting of the season between these two. Currently, both teams reside in playoff positions in the South Division, although you and I both know that there's a lot of hockey left to be played throughout the course of the year. So we'll just sit back, relax, and enjoy a good one between the Wranglers and the Rhinos. Off the draw, Lund gets it to the right point. Racing after it is Lindsay. Send it below the goal line. DeMarco pressuring there as the Wranglers try and take the puck away. Rhinos backhanded below the goal line. Zap kicks it to himself. Now drops it off for Doherty. It's it back along the left side wall where it's met by McDonald, sporting a cage here tonight. Puck comes back onto the neutral zone. We get a stoppage. 19:11 to go in the first. Wranglers' top two lines tonight here look relatively the same for the most part since we last saw the Wranglers in action on last Saturday, although that bottom six has seen a bit of a shakeup. Right out there right now for the Wranglers is that second line of Pukanen, Zap, and Papaspropoulos. Off the draw, shot there, sticked away by McDonough. As the Rhinos try and cycle the puck around. Here's Lund towards the middle looking for Lindsay. Puck is loose and it goes below the goal line. Wranglers can't steal the puck away for a moment, and now they do. Gagnon sends it along to the far side wall. Papaspropoulos gets checked as the Rhinos hold it in at the line. We'll get a partial change here as they continue to pressure. Defelsky down deep for El Paso, trying to fish the puck away from Williams. Tries to center it, goes off the skate of Papaspropoulos, and he will carry it for the moment. Dances his way around the pressure. Tries to get out of his zone, but the Rhinos hem them in. Triggs will dump it in as he heads towards the bench. McDonough out to play it. To Pukanen. Loses the puck along the wall. Helping him out is Trey Williams. Get it back out to Pukanen at center. Stumbles into Zap as he tried to clear the puck. That line's due for a change, and they get a partial one. El Paso back down into the Amarillo zone. Bryce Cooper, who's re-entered the lineup, takes a big hit there as he tries to get out of his own zone. Some help from Drew Jeffers. He's able to do so. At the red line, Zap looking for Stepanek. Pass goes astray. Back come the Rhinos again as they fire it in on McDonough from center ice. Unable to corral it. The Wranglers will play it back out to center. Warnley Phillips will dump it in, giving chase to Stepanek. On him for the Rhinos as they come in defensively and steal it away. Number 23, Bradley Walker, gets it back out to center. Wranglers pinching him for a moment, but Lindsay able to move towards his left and backhand it into Wrangler territory. Goes behind McDonough. DeMarco pushes it further. Goes back out to Chunchikov, who bustles with speed into the Rhinos zone. Dump and chase. Tommy Chunchikov below the goal line. Throws a hit. Tries to steal the puck back. And the Wranglers pinching down low. They're able to hold it in at the left point. Jacob Miller slides it around towards the far side corner. Corson McGuire, the old 3-9er, will give chase. Lindsay along the near side wall will send it down the length of the ice. And that'll be an icing on El Paso. Just a little under 3 minutes into the contest. Well, you can't tell a whole lot from 3 minutes, but looked like the Rhinos were doing a good job of pinching the Wranglers down in their own zone. Critical draw here right now for the Wranglers to see if you can get possession, get a few shots on goal. As for the most part, so far, the Wranglers have been playing in their own zone. Ben Ivey will take this draw for Amarillo. And he wins it, gets it to the wall. Wranglers converging on the puck. McDonald steals it away across for a shot, and a save made. Puck is loose for the moment, and the Rhinos will get it back out the center. Looked like that hit the body of Brooks Willoughby Ray out in front of the goal. Donald stretch pass off the stick of Jack Ivey into the offensive zone. The Pape will play it. It'll go out of play. Off a stick. 16:38 to go in the first. Ben Ivey sporting the cage here tonight. Looks like Jack McDonald's also got the fishbowl as well. On comes that second line for the Wranglers, Papaspropoulos, Zapp, and Pukinen. It'll be a neutral zone draw. Zapp wins it, one of the Wranglers' best face-off takers. Does it again as Williams will fire it around towards the far side. At the half wall, Pukinen with the puck on his stick, twists towards his forehand, gets it to the right point for Gagnon. Spins it around, goes past Papaspropoulos. Williams trying to pinch it down, and the Rhinos are able to come back out to center. Here comes Bolduc down the right side, potential 2-on-1, but just a step ahead was A.J. Reed. Otherwise, the Rhinos would have had a prime scoring chance. Instead, they're offside. That's one of the things that you have to be weary of when you play against the Rhinos. A team that can play with speed and can catch you on your heels if you're not careful. Especially you have to look out for number 11 and 12 in black, Frank Defelski and Tori Lund, both having exceptional years so far for the Rhinos. One of the reasons why they're having a successful start to the season. The neutral zone draw goes right in front of the Wranglers bench. Playing it is Cooper towards his right. He's got McRoberts. Tries to throw it up ahead. Goes off the skate. Gets it back. Throw it back to his deep partner, Cooper. Stretch pass up ahead. Does not connect with Phillips. There'll be a dump and chase moment here as McNaughton goes after it. Below the goal line, Rhinos. Trying to slide back out the center. Kicking it towards himself is Tori Lund. He'll move with speed towards his left. Trying to play it up ahead. Looking for Triggs. Pass goes astray, and Cooper takes a spill into the far corner of the Wranglers zone. Meanwhile, the puck is loose, and McNaughton will skate it safely back out to center. Towards his left, off the stick of Phillips. Puck goes down low. McNaughton trying to pry it free. Keeping it on his stick is Jakob German for El Paso. He'll get it back out to center, off the skate of Triggs as he's being hit by DeMarco. Doherty will take it cleanly in open ice up ahead for Tommy Chunchikov, who knocks it down below the goal line. Jacob Miller throws a big hit down low. Right point shot goes right into the glove of DePape. And we'll get a stoppage with 15:09 to go in the first. Draw will be to the left of DePape, the former Odessa Jackalope, as El Paso is able to win that draw. Bounce it back out to center, corralled by Doherty. Lifts it up ahead, looking for McGuire. Pass was just a little too far in front of him. Instead, the Rhinos will get it back out to center, where Chunchikov will regroup and send it down low for DePape. And Netminder will handle it. And El Paso back out to center, looking to go the other way. Matthews couldn't corral it, as he just pitches it towards his left. The Wranglers will converge on it in their own zone. Gagnon, alternate captain for the Wranglers this season. Can't hold it in is Bezier. So El Paso will lift it from center on McDonough. Play keeps moving. Puck goes deep into El Paso territory. After it, Jacob Miller. I think that Jack Ivey As Wranglers first line out there right now. Jack Ivey curls at the blue line on his backhand, throws it towards the goal off a skate. Held in at the line by Gagnon. He'll shoot again, and off the pad, up to Pape it goes, below the goal line, out front. Pass is intercepted by El Paso, and they'll escape any more danger as they send it back down towards McDonough. Connor McDonough quickly keeping the play alive, moves it towards this right for Ben Ivey. Wranglers going right back to work in the offensive zone, trying to pinch El Paso deep below their own goal line. McDonald tries to pry that puck free with some help from Jack Ivey. He's able to do so, but skating away with it is Torrey Lund. Lund knifes his way into the Wranglers zone, tries to rip a shot away, and poking it away at the last second was Drew Jeffers. Diagonal pass was looking for Pukkanen, didn't connect. Meanwhile, in the neutral zone, Papaspropoulos finds Zap. Pukkanen there to help out, get it over the El Paso blue line. Left corner, Papaspropoulos, head up, dishes it below the goal line, goes past Pukkanen, he'll give chase. German in the corner, gets it stolen away by Zap, backhand pass towards the middle, and a save made by DePape. It's the Wranglers' best chance of the evening so far, as the Rhinos are able to get a clear. Pass from below the goal line did connect, but DePape was able to make a big-time save to keep the game tied at nothing. As McRoberts tries to weasel his way into the attacking zone. Papaspropoulos on the turnover to the goal, backhand shot, and a save made by DePape. Arm is raised, looks like we're going to get a penalty here, as that's what stopped the clock with 12:46 to go. We'll get a chance to look at the replay here on that Zap chance as he centered it. Initial save was made by DePape, and then the second chance was stopped by DePape as well. In the meantime, Wranglers will go to their first power play of the night. As heading to the box for El Paso, number 18 in black, Alexander Pellerine. He'll get 2 minutes. The Wranglers will head to the power play for the first time tonight. The Budweiser power play clocking in at 19.8%, have not scored in their last 5 games. Be a great time right now for them to break that streak. Left point, Jack Ivey to the half wall. McDonald towards the middle for a shot from Ben Ivey, and a pad save made by DePape. Gets it back out to center, and the Wranglers will regroup. Gagnon will skate through center. Find Jack Ivey, drop pass for Ben as he moves towards his left. Ben Ivey into Rhino territory, trying to keep the play alive as he got knocked off the stick, but El Paso will send down the length of the ice for the clear. It's a little over 30 seconds into the Wranglers' first power play attempt of the evening. Gagnon across the center ice logo. Will fire it in after gaining the red line. He's headed towards the bench. In the meantime, the Wranglers will go right to work on the man advantage. Puck bouncing in front of DePape. Papaspropoulos left point, gets it across to Jeffers, settles it down to Zap. One tap to the middle, looking for Stepanek. Wasn't able to corral that puck. The Rhinos will get the clear. 57 seconds remaining on the Wrangler power play. As looks like there's a bit of miscommunication between the Wranglers defense and McDonough as turnover here. Rhinos go right to work as Alexander Pellerine down deep into Wrangler territory, killing time off the penalty. Wranglers are now just able to pry the puck free as Jeffers in open ice will skate it back out to center. Got Papaspropoulos to his left, who likes to drop it off for Stepanek. He'll leave it for Zap. Towards his right, Roman Zap on his backhand, off the wall for McNaughton. Right point, Jeffers towards the goal, and a save made by DePape. Wranglers will get a change here as that first power play unit comes back on. Draw will be to the left of DePape, far circle of the Rhino zone. Off the draw, puck is loose. Wranglers trying to get it free up to that right point, get it to Jack Ivey at the line, and he shoots, and another save by DePape. And he will hold with 15 seconds of power play time remaining. 8:59 gone in the first period. In-arena shot count clocks in at 5 shots for the Wranglers and none for the Rhinos. Guess those center ice shots don't count as off the draw. The Wranglers fire off the end boards. Close call there for the Rhinos. As Wranglers trying to weasel it free. 3 men below the goal line. Rhinos will swing it out left side. As here they come. Bolduc down the middle, looking to split the D, and standing him up is Jack Ivey. We're back to even strength as Ben Ivey through center, gains center rep, and will drop it down low. Jack McDonald racing after it. See it go the other way as it bounces at center. Bolduc is able to corral it for a moment. McDonald in the way to steal it back for Amarillo. Jacob Miller from center trying to tap it towards himself. Possession up for grabs here as both teams unable to handle the puck here in the neutral zone. Eventually now, Giblin will just dump it in. McDonough out to play it. Just sweep it along to the far side corner. A little bit of trouble. The Wranglers are able to get possession here. Right side, Bezier shoots through traffic, and it's corralled by McDonough. 9:59 to go in the first. Scoreless game so far here in El Paso, but action heating up between the Wranglers and the Rhinos. That'll take us to our first media timeout, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment on NATV and YouTube.
This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to El Paso, where it's a scoreless game. We're just a little over midway through the first period. This next draw will come back down to the Wranglers zone. It'll be to the left of Connor McDonough and the near circle of the Wranglers zone as you see it on NATV. Wranglers fielding that third line, centered by Connor McNaughton. Off the draw, the Rhinos win it. Corralling it at the line is Hooley. He'll shoot, and a save made by McDonough. So we'll have another draw to McDonough's left on that very same circle of the Wranglers zone. Mason LaBelle will take the draw against McNaughton. Drop the puck, and Rhinos win again. Hooley, a blast through traffic, deflected out in front. McDonough is able to make the save. Below the goal line it goes. Wranglers trying to get out of their own zone. Doherty pokes at it. He goes down. Body on top of him. Shot there, and they score! And the Rhinos take a 1-0 lead off the goal from number 15, Tim Matthews. One of those plays where the Rhinos were able to dig it out in the corner, move it between the circles, and on the left circle, the shot was taken by Matthews. And he fired it over the glove of McDonough to give the Rhinos the 1-0 lead. Wranglers looking to quickly answer here and get that one back as Cooper diagonally sends it across to the far side corner of the Rhinos zone. Zap trying to pinch. Buchanan with the puck, turns towards his forehand at the half wall as he's being shadowed there by Bolduc. Zap toward the middle for Papastropoulos, curls, top of the circle, drop pass for Jeffers. Tries to go by the pressure there of A.J. Reed, and now they got the puck pinned up against the far side boards. Eventually it comes free and rolls back down towards the Wranglers zone. Cooper to the neutral zone. Zap can't hold it. He's being pressured there. And center ice, Lund goes down on a hit from Cooper. Arm is raised, and the Rhinos are going to head to the power play. It'll be 2 minutes for tripping. 8:59 to go in the first. So we'll see how the Wranglers penalty kill does here tonight. Rhino power play clocking in at 17%. Wrangler penalty kill 82.8% on the year. Off the draw. Wranglers able to get it back out to center, and they'll take an Amarillo hop and roll all the way down to Rhino territory. A slow roll burns off some time on the early penalty kill for the Wranglers. Through the middle. German works it down low, across, around to the right point. Looking for Tefelsky, but picking that off is Jack Ivey. He'll send it the distance, back to the Pape. 30 seconds gone off the penalty to Cooper. Rhinos exit their own zone, drop pass at center, connects with Torrey Lund over the Wrangler blue line. Wranglers converge on him. Zap trying to pry the puck free as Lund's on his knees. Get it backhand through the left point. D to D. Pellerine at the blue line. Left side. Topelski. Pass. Shot is fanned on. And Zap's going to go the other way. He's got McNaughton down the middle. Tries to pass it to him. And it goes off a stick and over the glove of the Pape. And the Rhinos evade any more danger. Sneaky chance there for the Wranglers short-handed. As the shot was whiffed on by Luke Lindsay. Zap was off to the races, had McNaughton with him, but the Wranglers couldn't connect. Linesman takes a spill. The Wranglers will dump it down. Jack Ivey in pursuit. The only man back is DePape. Hastily throws it towards his right. Ben Ivey down the middle, shooting, and it goes off the end wall. Missed by maybe a foot or two. Goes below the goal line. Rhinos. 22 seconds of power play time, looking to salvage something out of this. Wranglers having some scoring chances shorthanded here in the last 2 minutes. Into Wrangler territory they go. Big hit there by Doherty. As the Rhinos were trying to weasel their way in. At the line, drop pass. Rhinos shoot, and a good block by Doherty, and onto the races is Papaspropoulos. He's all alone, overskates the puck. He's still got room. Papaspropoulos to the goal, and a save made by DePape. It might have hit the crossbar. Meanwhile, the Rhinos go the other way. Around the horn it goes, met in the right corner. Players converge on the puck. Willoughby Ray sends it below the goal line. Bodies there. Rhinos try and center it. Waiting it was McRoberts. Looking for Pupinen on the right side wall. Puck bounces around. Willoughby Ray gets it to his left and to the middle, and the pass goes off the stick of a Rhino and wide. Off the wall they joust. Zap gets tripped up. No call to be had. Is through center. Jeffers towards his left, looking for Papaspropoulos. Wranglers will peel away from that attack, as the Rhinos will go the other way on the delayed offside. Jeffers deep in his own zone, trying to get the puck off the wall. Comes free. McGuire in the fray as well. El Paso trying to weasel it free. Calling for it is Hooley. He's got it. Dishes it towards his right for Schepler, the former Minnesota Wilderness. Saw him at the showcase. He's now an El Paso Rhino. Wranglers go the other way. They've got numbers if they hurry. Chunchikov over the blue line, gets stood up for a moment. Puck bouncing around, comes to Miller. High slot on his backhand. Dishes it down low for McGuire. Keeps it moving to Chunchikov, left corner. Left point, Williams shoots towards the goal, looking for a tap in out in front. As in the area was McGuire. DePape shoves him to the ground. Fans howl in approval. The Rhinos get it back out to the Wranglers zone. Ginger curls at the wall, centers it for Tefelsky. Wranglers defensively were waiting for it, able to steal it away and send it towards center ice. 4:52 remaining in the first period. Rhinos have the 1-0 lead on the goal from Tim Matthews. Puck goes behind McDonough. Trey Williams overskates it. Tefelsky digging after it. Is able to get it on his stick. Wranglers crash in on him. Held in at the left point by the Rhinos, but doing good work is Morley Phillips. He gets it back out to center. Trey Williams, the Dallas kid, will send it towards his right for Gagnon. He'll lift it high into the air. Comes back down on the center ice logo. Rhinos will field it. Go back to work in the offensive zone, but Phillips is there to steal the puck away again. Rhinos whack it down low. Williams keeps it moving towards his right. Bezier pinches down low, across through the slot. Nobody was home. Below the goal line, it's Matthews to Bezier. He'll spin away from Williams. Behind the goal, drop pass. Reed finds Bolduc. Right point, Matthews. Can't rip a shot away as the Wranglers quick to jump on him. Puck will go down the length of the ice there for an icing on the Wranglers with 3:36 to go in the first. Shots clock in at 5 apiece in the late stages of the first period. Look at that replay of Papaspropoulos to the goal, and it looks like it did hit iron. Went straight up in the air and bounced in front of DePape. The game of inches. Unfortunately for the Wranglers, did not go their way. Good look there for Papaspropoulos. Wasn't sure if that, in the moment, it hit the glove of DePape or the pipe. Fortunately, Papaspropoulos got nothing but iron. As DeMarco from his own zone lifts it high into the air, bounces at the Rhino blue line and comes in on DePape. He'll keep the play moving as it goes below the goal line. Centering pass is intercepted there by the Rhinos. Bolduc able to weasel it back out to center. Reed up ahead, looking for Bezier. Doherty stands him up. As Jack Ivey from below the goal line gets it back to Doherty. And he will skate into open ice towards his right side, find Ben Ivey. Up ahead, he's got Jack McDonald, but a little too far ahead. It's going to be an offside on the Wranglers with 3:01 to go in the first. It's the Rhinos 1 and the Wranglers nothing. Only goal of the game so far coming courtesy of Tim Matthews. 9:40 to go in the first period. We'll be back in just a few moments on NATV and YouTube.
This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Wranglers Hockey Network. 3:01 to go in the first period. Only goal of the game belonging to Tim Matthews, his first goal of the season. Lone assist goes to James Hooley. And that goal coming at the 10:19 mark of the first period. It'll be a draw at center ice. Crowd gets loud here in El Paso. Ben Ivey will take this draw against Medrick Bolduc. Ivey's able to win it. Dump and chase to his left. Escaping the fray is Max Giblin. His center connects with Bolduc, to his right for Bezier. Tries to shoot, goes off the skate of Cooper, and tumbles back into the El Paso zone where Giblin will go to retrieve it. On the forecheck, Jack Ivey trying to steal it away. Tumbles down to the ice in the process. And also loses his stick. Puck is pinned up against the wall. Far side of the Rhinos zone. Squeaks free, and at center will be played by Gagnon to Jeffers. He's got some time, picks his head up, throws it towards his right for Jack Ivey, and he will whip it around towards the near side wall. After it is Roman Zapp. Players clash in on that puck, and coming free with it is Scheffler. Through the neutral zone, gets stood up at the Wrangler blue line. Papaspropoulos comes away with the puck. Wranglers will play it around towards the far side. Pukanen will meet it in center. Jopi Pukanen towards his right, towards the middle. Pass gets blocked. He'll button hook at the far half wall. Converging on him is Lindsay. Looking into his forehand, tries to dish it away, and he's able to get it to Zapp. Tries to sauce it up towards the right point for Gagnon, but the Rhinos get in front of that pass, and so they'll send it back down towards the Wranglers zone. 1:33 remaining in the first period. Rhinos lead 1-0. Wranglers looking to change that here in the final moments of the first. El Paso from their own zone. Left wing attack here is through center ice. It's Carson Triggs. Gets hemmed by DeMarco along the far side wall. Tefelsky tries to backhand it towards the middle. Instead skates around and gets it intercepted by Papaspropoulos. And here he goes the other way, the speedy forward for the Wranglers. Knifes his way towards the middle to the slot, and the Wranglers can't shoot it off as the Rhinos are able to get in front of that. It goes the length of the ice for another icing with 55 seconds to go in period one. Good look for the Wranglers there. Alex Papaspropoulos has been busy here in the first period. Had the breakaway where he almost scored. Rang it off the crossbar. And there he was again. The Wranglers were going the other way with speed. He could cut his way towards the middle, connect for a pass, and the Wranglers on that second pass attempt couldn't get the shot away. El Paso wins the defensive zone draw. And they'll send it down the length of the ice, and there'll be another icing with 47.6 seconds to go in period one. So another offensive zone draw here for the Wranglers. Ben Ivey will take it. Wrangler starters out there right now. Ben Ivey, Jack Ivey, McDonald, Doherty, and DeMarco. The draw is won by the Rhinos. Twist it towards the left side wall, and they will dump it down the length of the ice again for the third icing in the last 15 seconds. 40.3 on the clock. Will be to the left of DePape. Ben Ivey to take it across from Torrey Lund. Ivey wins it, but we get a whistle immediately off the draw, and so we'll do it again. Jack Ivey in the high slot. Takes a shot there, and it goes off the end wall. Bounced right in front of DePape and hit the boards. Near side, Rhinos pitch it back out to center. 27 seconds to go. Tefelsky backhands it below the Wrangler goal line. DeMarco overskates it. Gets help from Doherty to get possession of the puck for the Wranglers. Maybe one last chance here in the period as McDonald finds Ben Ivey into the attacking zone. Spins at the near half wall. Can't find a trailer. 10 seconds to go. Rhinos back out at center. It's Bolduc with speed. Bolduc shoots his left for a shot there by Reed off the glass. Puck bouncing, and that'll do it for the first period. After 20 minutes of play, it's the Rhinos 1 and the Wranglers nothing. Only one goal scored in the first period. Came courtesy of Tim Matthews. 19:40 to go in the first. That's the goal that made it 1-0. Both teams had a power play chance. Were unable to convert. Talk about all the plays that happened in the first period. The scoring recap. Look ahead towards the second period. Check in on some scores from around the league. And so much more on the first intermission report on the Wranglers Hockey Network, on NATV, and YouTube. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome into the first intermission report, where the Wranglers trail the Rhinos by the score of 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. As the only goal of the game so far was scored by number 15, Tim Matthews, assisted by James Hooley. 9:40 remaining in the first period on that goal. So that made the score 1-0. Both teams having a power play chance in the first period. Neither team was able to capitalize on said chance. It's pretty much the story so far through the first period. Wranglers had a few good chances offensively, the best of which came from Papaspropoulos on the breakaway. One of those plays where Papaspropoulos, off to the races, initially overskates the puck, but he's got so much speed, he's able to recover and still have the breakaway anyway. Tries to go up and over the glove hand of DePape, and instead got the crossbar, bounced out, landed right in front of DePape. The Wranglers were denied the goal there. It's one of the Wranglers' best chances in that first period. Another chance for the Wranglers, almost connected as Papaspropoulos going the other way again. Drifted towards the high slot, tried to drop it down towards the blue paint. The Wranglers were able to connect on that second pass. It stayed out of the net. It's a 1-0 game still. Rhinos were really buzzing for the first 3 minutes of the first period. Then the game kind of settled down a little bit, and the Wranglers started going the other way. Shots are tied 5 apiece after one period of play. So Pretty even game so far if you take away that one goal on the board for El Paso. Both teams had some really good scoring chances. Both teams' penalty kills came up strong in the first period. Only difference is that goal from number 15 in black. And so for the Wranglers, you kind of just move on towards the second period, and really the same questions that you had coming into the game still need to be answered. You still need some scoring depth from your bottom six. You also need your top guys to step up as well, as the Wranglers seem to be in a bit of a scoring drought. Seems like over the last couple of games, goals have come at a premium. As the Wranglers have only scored 2 goals in regulation for their last 3 games. So for the Wranglers, seems like scoring coming at a bit of a premium here. You're gonna need somebody to step up and start putting pucks in the back of the net. We want to start winning some more games here on this road trip. Surely that's gonna be one of the messages that Ryan Anderson and Connor Yanni have for their group here in the first intermission. I don't think there's any reason to panic for the Wranglers. They're playing quite well here tonight. It's just can't seem to get the puck to bounce their way. We talked about that chance for Papastropoulos. Looks like Jack Ivey and Ben Ivey are having really solid starts to the game as well, both factoring in some scoring chances. For the Wranglers, it's just really coming down to the fact that they're just not getting that puck luck. Sometimes it's those little things where bounces just don't go your way. In the El Paso goal, the Rhinos are able to free the puck from the near side corner of the Wranglers zone, get it up to the right circle, and then quickly move it across to the top of the left circle, kind of near the slot. And Matthews be able to shoot the puck over the left-hand side of Connor McDonough for the 1-0 lead. That's where we stand after 20 minutes of play. So really a pretty evenly played first period, I would say. We got one bounce going to El Paso so far through 20, but that's why it's a 60-minute game. Wranglers have plenty of time to get on the board here in the second period. And, you know, looking down the lineup, just based off of what I've seen so far through 20 minutes, I would say Papastropoulos is due for one here in tonight's game. Jack Ivey also playing well for Amarillo. Also wouldn't be surprised if Ben Ivey gets that first goal on the board for the Wranglers, although I really think Topi Buchanan also had a really solid first 20 minutes of play. Really wasn't super, he wasn't as noticeable as Papastropoulos and the Ivy twins were, but there were moments where he had the puck on his stick and he was making plays happen. He play late in this first period where he was kind of moving his way along the far side of the wall, had the puck on his stick. He had like 2 defenders on him and was still able to muscle his way through the pressure down below the goal line and convert it into a scoring chance for the Wranglers. So give him some more time in this game, let him settle down a little bit, and he'll have some chances to score here in the second period, which he may convert on for the Wranglers. He is their leading point scorer coming into tonight's game. Topi Buchanan, 21 games, 20 points on the year. 9 goals, 11 assists. So maybe he'll get the job done in the second period for the Wranglers. Can't disregard Connor McNaught. Third line, not having a career year so far. 27 and white, 7 goals, 66, 13 points on the year. He's playing well so far this season. It seems like a guy that the Wranglers can rely on for big goals and big moments. See what he has in store here down the stretch of this game. Maybe that third line, Hitchcock, Miller, and McGuire. 3 guys who are still looking for their first goal of the season. Miller and McGuire looking for their first points as Wranglers so far this season. So you really look at that bottom 6. You've got McNaughton, who's a proven scorer. Tommy Chunchkov, who we know can score. There are 2 guys there, but Stepanek, Miller, Phillips, and McGuire, those are those guys that recorded a point yet so far this season for the Wranglers. Good time for them to really start to find their groove with this Amarillo team. Start to score and start to produce for the Wranglers here at the top of this road trip. One thing is for certain that the Wranglers are going to come away with some wins over this next stretch against El Paso, Odessa, and Lone Star. They need some more scoring from their bottom 6 folks. So look for those guys to play a factor here so far. Or look for them to play a factor later on in the evening. And I think a lot of the Wranglers' success will be dependent on how that bottom 6 plays tonight. We come back on the first intermission report. We look at some scores from around the league, check in on the South Division standings, talk about what it all means as the It's a busy night in the North American Hockey League. We'll be back in just a few minutes on NATV and
This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
welcome back to the first intermission report. We continue on. Wranglers trail the Rhinos by the score of 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. Checking on some scores from around the South Division, as it's a busy night on Black Friday in the North American Hockey League. Everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Able to spend some time with some family, loved ones, friends. Have a good feast. Turn our page to Black Friday. Hope everybody stayed safe. And I don't know if people still go out at the crack of dawn on Black Friday and go out looking for TVs and stuff and get trampled and all that. You've seen some of those crazy YouTube videos, but hope everybody was able to stay safe, maybe snag a nice deal. I think everything's online these days anyway. So anyway, either way, hope you're all safe these days and had a good holiday. As we continue on, we're having some fun down in El Paso. His first trip to El Paso this season. Look at some scores from around the division. Over in Odessa, where the Wranglers will be on Sunday, it's a scoreless game, 5 minutes into the third period between the Jackalopes and the Mudbugs. Mudbugs currently sitting at 6th place in the division, although it's a crowded bunch, and we'll get to that in a moment. And we'll look into the division standings after we're done here with the out-of-town scoreboard. But right now, it is a tight game over at Ector County Coliseum. Shots are 22-21 in favor of the Mudbugs. Scoreless game. It's the closest they get. Looks like that one will go right down to the wire. Over at Greeley Ice House, the Wranglers will not play until the turn of the calendar year. They'll go there, play 6 games over in Greeley. It's the Corpus Christi Ice Rays taking on the Colorado Grip. It looks like after 1 period of play, the Grip have a 1-0 lead over the Corpus Christi Ice Rays. Christian Carter with the only goal of the game. It looks like 8 seconds to go in the first period. Give the Grip the 1-0 edge. Over at NYTEX Sports Center, where the Wranglers will be next weekend, The Oklahoma Warriors taking on the Lone Star Brahmas. Brahmas have a 1-0 lead over the Warriors after 40 minutes of play. Second intermission over there in Lone Star. 1-0 lead for the Brahmas over the defending champs. And we'd like to express our condolences to the Oklahoma Warriors organization and the Choi family after the unexpected and tragic passing of Mary Ann Choi, the owner of the Oklahoma Warriors. We send our thoughts and prayers to the organization and their family. I understand it's a difficult time, so we ask that you keep them in your thoughts and prayers during these difficult times for the Oklahoma Warriors and the Choi family. As the first intermission report rolls on, feisty bunch here in El Paso. Some people towards my right have this massive horn, and it's pretty loud. I'm sure everybody on the broadcast can hear it. If you can't, then that's great. I hope that you can. But if you can, I'm sorry. It's a loud horn. It's a hostile environment for the Wranglers, and it's something that they're going to have to get used to. As I said before, this is the start of a 5-game road trip for the Wranglers. 2 games here in El Paso. Sunday over at Ector County Coliseum for the first time this season, take on the Jackalopes. And then next weekend, NYTEX Sports Center, which we know is a tough place to play. Tough place to call a game, too, as it looks like I'm right in the middle of Brahma fans who are a feisty bunch. I'll give them that. They are rowdy. They make some noise. It's a hostile environment. And it's really something the Wranglers have to get used to. They have to start winning some road games. The Wranglers this season, mixed results on the road. 4-4-1 so far away from home. A few of those games coming from the NHL Showcase over on Blaine Neutral site, but technically they still count as road games. It's something that the Wranglers are going to have to get used to. They have to get used to playing on the road, playing in tough environments, as really every barn in the South Division is that way. You have to find a way to win on the road. Good friend and mentor Tyson Whiting always said that teams able to win games on the road are in pretty good shape to be a playoff team, and also make some noise in the playoffs, as it really is a true statement. Winning games at home are one thing. I mean, you should win games at home, but you're able to come away with those critical games on the road. And that kind of sets you apart from the pack and puts you in good position, not just for a playoff spot, but also to go deep in the playoffs, which is something that the Wranglers are looking to do here this season. The Wranglers building upon themselves every single year. And the Wranglers have been in existence. This is year 3 of the Wranglers. And it seems like every single year this organization is just taking another step forward. The Wranglers qualified for the Robertson Cup playoffs for the first time ever last season. Of course, it seems like everybody in town knows about the win streak, shutouts from McDonough, all that to help them get to the playoffs. The Wranglers unfortunately fell to the eventual champion Oklahoma Warriors in the first round, but there's something to build upon for this franchise. And you really see it here this season, the way the Wranglers are playing. This is a team that plays with confidence. They play like they know that they are a top team in the South Division. And the results have been there. And head coach Ryan Anderson and his assistant Connor Yanni, their first year behind the bench as Harry Mahood, the former head coach of the Wranglers, transitioned from head coach and GM into president of hockey operations and GM. Kind of really still has his fingerprints all over this team, but the reins have been given to Ryan Anderson and Connor Yanni, who've done an exceptional job behind the bench for the Wranglers, leading into a 12-7-2-0 record this season. And you look at the Wranglers' schedule, and it seems like they play a lot of the tougher teams in the South Division early on to start the year. Talk about a few matchups with the Lone Star Brahmas, 4 on the season so far. New Mexico Ice Wolves, 5 against the defending champions, 2 against Shreveport. It's a tough schedule here so far for the Wranglers, so you think that they can get out past Christmas with a pretty decent record, a winning record. Look at that stretch down the rest of the year where you've got Colorado, Corpus Christi, Rhinos a few more times, a couple more against Oklahoma, but it seems like the load lightens up for the Wranglers down the stretch of the season, and also play a lot more home games down the stretch. So for the Wranglers, figure if you can get towards the, say, New Year's Day, so you can get to New Year's Day with win percentage about .600, you're in really good shape to not just make the playoffs, but have a crack at winning the South Division. And it seems like whoever wins this division every single year has a chance to go far and win the whole thing. Last year it was Oklahoma. Ended up winning the division and didn't lose a single game in the playoffs and round towards their first Robertson Cup victory. So, South is a tough division to play in, and they call it the Dirty South for a reason. It's physical, it's tough, but I really think that for my money, it's one of the best divisions in the league to play in because it really trains players to play for big league hockey. So we'll see what ends up happening down the stretch. But for now, the Wranglers need to take care of business here in El Paso against the Rhinos, as both teams have retaken the ice. Wranglers will skate from left to right, Rhinos from right to left, as you see it on NATV. Try and paint a picture for you here on our YouTube audio stream. The Wranglers wearing their white jerseys, white jersey with red and blue stripes, blue numbers, red trim, blue lettering, sharp look for Amarillo. Rhinos are going with a two-tone black jersey, orange lettering, black base, black numbers with orange trim. Kind of think of that Edmonton Oilers third jersey where it's like a navy blue with that orange trim around it. Really the same thing, but just in black with the Rhinos logo on it. Although I have to say, it is pretty cool. And there's that horn again as the Wranglers being greeted back towards the ice. We know how tough of a building this is to play in. Rhinos fans will not make it easy on the Wranglers here this evening, so they'll keep at it. See if they can get something done here in the second period. Not a bad first period for the Wranglers, although they would have liked to have a few goals on the board by now. See if they can do that here in the second. Ben Ivy will take the draw to start the second period for the Wranglers. For El Paso, it'll be Medrick Bolduc, who seems to be a very shifty and speedy player for the Rhinos. Bolduc this season has 13 points in 20 games. The Quebec native, he's 5'9", 180, but he is shifty and he can move with speed. Wranglers have their eyes peeled for him in the second and third periods here tonight. And away we go for second period action from El Paso. And there's Bolduc right off the draw, sending it down deep and giving chase. DeMarco cuts him off. And Ben Ivy's able to poke it along towards the far side wall. In response, El Paso will whip it around towards the far side. Holding it in is Giblin. Sends it down low, looking for Bolduc. He goes down. Meanwhile, the Rhinos still with the puck. Matthews drops it off for Reed. Near side. Left point, Bezier shoots. Save made by the shoulder of McDonough. Puck is loose. He's scooped up by Doherty and sent back out to the blue line, but not out. Bolduc holds it in. Drops it down for DeMarco. Around it goes. Beating it at the right point is McDonald, holding in his lunge. McDonald able to pick his pocket and get it back out to center. Finds Ben Ivy as McDonald gets dragged down to the ice. Wranglers to the attacking zone. Zap chops at it. Puck is loose in the air, and Papadopoulos tries to bat it like a baseball player. Wouldn't go his way as it rolls back out to center. The Pape stops it. The Wranglers jam it in. German towards the right, goes off the linesman. Rhinos scooped up and get it to Kafelski. Frank Kafelski, the Rhinos leading point scorer. Sends it down low. Centering pass. Pad saved by McDonough on Torrey Lund. Big chance there for the Rhinos, and number one stood tall for Amarillo. And that's Connor McDonough for you. When you need a big save, he'll give you one. At center ice, Papadopoulos being hounded by two Rhinos. Gets to Pukinin, who dislodges it free and sends it up for Zap in the attacking zone. Rhinos wedge it free. Along with the right side wall as Scheffler takes a spill courtesy of Trey Williams. Puck will go the distance with no icing. Daniel gets it to Williams. Wranglers in trouble down low. Centering pass on a shot goes off the end wall. Taking that shot was Ryan Ginger. Pablo Hilton will field it in his own zone. Get it towards the left side for Ginger. Forward check Papadopoulos in the area. Rhinos dump it down. No icing is beating the Rhinos to the puck is Eddie Scheffler. He centers it from below the goal line. And a shot is taken and it goes wide. McDonough might have gotten a piece on that shot from Mason LaBelle. El Paso centering pass again, and it bounces through everybody. Picked up left side. Shot goes over the goal. It'll bounce along towards the right half wall, where it'll be fielded by Ginger. So bank it off the wall towards himself. The Wranglers are spot on it. Send it back out to center. Boy, a lot of passes from below the goal line for the Rhinos up towards the slot. That can't happen for the Wranglers. They'll have to shore up defensively here. As after the whistle, McDonough gives a Rhino a spank, and everybody loses their cool. We got a scuffle after the whistle here. With 17-12 to go in the second. McDonough took offense to something that happened right before the whistle was blown. He gives a little bit of a tap on the backside with number 16 in black. That is Kate DeWolf. And afterwards, chaos ensues. See if anybody goes to the penalty box here. It looks like the door to the Rhinos box is open. And Kate DeWolf will climb inside, and the Wranglers' door is open as well. And in goes Topi Pukinen. So it looks like the call is unsportsmanlike conduct on Pukinen and DeWolf. A little under 3 minutes into the second period, so we'll skate 4 aside for the next 2 minutes. Draw from the Wranglers zone. Won by Amarillo. Ben Ivey from the comfort of his own zone will swing out towards the right wing, drop it off for Drew Jeffers. Applying the pressure there for the Rhinos is Bolduc. Jeffers loses it to Bolduc for a moment. Able to find Cooper at center ice, moves into the attacking zone, takes a shot and a pad save by DePape. Back on the puck, Jack Ivey uses an edge as he was trying to deke around Max Giblin. The Rhinos will move the other way. Shutting them down as Ben Ivey for the moment. Ben Ivey's able to pry that puck free. Good job for the Wranglers captain there. Send it towards his left for Jeffers. Return pass to Ivey, and he can't get the shot away as he was looking for Jack Ivey towards his right. Back out at center, Colin Doherty. And along the left wing off the stick of Jeffers. It'll roll into the El Paso zone. The Rhinos will free it. One. Gains center red, flips it in. After it is Lindsay. Doherty beats him towards the puck. McNaughton also in the fray. He's able to come away with it cleanly towards the neutral zone. Connor McNaughton towards his left. Finds McDonald. Jack McDonald toward back to McNaughton, and a shot goes wide. Good chance for the Wranglers there. The Rhinos back on the breakout towards the middle. Shot there, and a save made by McDonough. That shot was taken by Jakob German. The defenseman goes the other way, had a step on the defense, and another big save by Connor McDonough. Still a 1-0 game. 15:35 to go in the second period. Defensive zone draw here for the Wranglers. They'll send out that second line. Roman Zapp will take this draw for Amarillo. Rhinos win it. Pellerin turns and shoots off the leg of Zapp. He'll chase after it and get it to the line, and he's keeping it in as Hooley. Spinning around back towards that near side. Met by Papaspropoulos. He's back behind his own goal. Rhinos getting chased. Gagnon on it for the Wranglers, and Zapp will backhand it back out towards the neutral zone. Papaspropoulos able to steal it away, but can't slide by Pellerin. He goes back towards the Wranglers zone. Pellerin shoots, and a glove save by McDonough. Picking up the loose change is Pukinen. He's quickly trying to go the other way. Up ahead finds Papaspropoulos. Tries to split the D instead. Button hooks. Papaspropoulos back towards the line. Gets it to Williams, who throws it by the goal. Never saw DePape. Right point, Papaspropoulos can't hold it in as he's being pressured. Ginger will send it back out towards the neutral zone for Walker to chip it in. Furious action on both ends of the ice here in the second period, yet no goals in the second frame so far. It's Eddie Scheffler. Moves his right. LaBelle, back to Scheffler, gains the center ice logo, now the Wranglers zone. Dishes it towards his left. Met by the stick of McGuire and also gets the full force, of course, McGuire, as Scheffler took a spill, courtesy of the old 3-9er. Wranglers get a change here. The Rhinos through the neutral zone. In front of their own bench, dangerous play there, almost too many men on the ice as the Rhinos roll it around. Bezier to the line for a shot by Giblin and a save made by McDonough. Play goes towards the near corner of the Wranglers zone. Fishing it free is Reed. Towards the middle for Tefelsky, and a shot is blocked. Directed towards the near side wall where Lindsay meets it. We get a stoppage here. Looks like we're going to have a penalty with 13:44 to go in the second. It's going to be on the Wranglers as the Pape headed towards the bench. Looks like it's going to be 2 minutes for holding on Henry McRoberts. McRoberts is like, what did I do? So he was trying to argue his case. Looks like he'll need a better lawyer. And the Wranglers will head back towards the penalty kill. 1-for-1 so far. El Paso wins the draw. Hiltonen walks the line. Paavo Hiltonen towards his left. Got Lundy, shoots, and a glove save by Connor McDonough. Seems like it's going to be one of those nights where if Connor McDonough can see it, he's going to stop it. Stopped 9 of 10 so far as the Rhinos at the edge on the shot count, 10-6. That burned off 7 seconds of power play time. Hiltonen again walking the line. High slot towards his right this time. Next with German. The line, Hiltonen, head up, back to German right point. Out to German, walks down low, back to the point for Tefelsky for a shot. Save made by McDonough, rebound is stopped by McDonough as well. Rhinos still with the puck. German walking the line, high slot, shooting, deflected out in front. Puck is loose, and the Rhinos can't cash in. Wranglers able to sweep it away, and they'll get it back out the center. Poking away is Jack Ivey. Looked like he was going to go towards the breakaway, but stumbled at the last second. Instead, the Wranglers will get the clear there and drip some more precious time off the clock on the Rhinos power play. Lund towards his right, goes off the skate of the linesman. Wranglers catch a break there. They will eagerly converge on the puck. Still some more time. 1 minute to go on the penalty to McRoberts. Reed into the attacking zone. It's checked there by Gagnon. And he will whack it back out towards the Pape for the clear. Rhinos will patiently wait in their own zone. Pellerin will survey the scene and they'll skate back out to center towards his right. Pass connects. Wrap it around. LaBelle loses the puck, and Zap tries to sweep it free. Puck is loose in front, and save made by McDonough. Behind the goal it goes, and the Wranglers are able to get it back out to the right point, but not out. Pellerin towards the middle. To his right for a shot there, save made by McDonough on that bid. Pellerin, high slot towards his left, top of the circle. Bezier down low. Left point, it's Lindsay. Shooting, and a save made by McDonough. And the Wranglers finally are able to sweep it down, and that'll do it for the penalty to McRoberts. What a sequence there from number 1 in white. Gagnon lifts it high into the air, diagonally towards the far corner. After it is Chunchikov, gets help from Miller. Wranglers possessing the puck here in the attacking zone. Through Jeffers to the top of the left circle. Shoots! Save made by DePape. Rebound is loose, and the Wranglers hacking and whacking at it. Can't stuff it home. The puck will go out of play with 11:15 to go in the second period. Furious action here in the second period, but after all that, it's still 1-0 El Paso. We'll be back in just a few moments on NATV and YouTube.
This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to second period action here from El Paso County Event Center, where the Rhinos have a 1-0 lead midway through the second period. And on that last sequence, Wranglers on the penalty kill. Connor McDonough coming up with a handful of big-time saves to keep it a 1-goal game. Don't ask me how he made those saves, because I have no idea. Straight sorcery from Connor McDonough. Some kind of wizard. Neutral zone draw. After it, for the Rhinos, Wranglers able to possess the puck and send it into the attacking zone. Fans in attendance take up a "Let's Go Rhinos" chant. It is a sellout here in El Paso. Talk about a hostile environment. This is it. Right point, Gagnon sachets his way towards the slot, loses a handle on it. Puck will roll back into the Wrangler zone. After it will be Ray. He'll take a shot that goes wide. Rebound is picked up by Miller. He's got speed in the neutral zone. He can corral the puck here, but at the last second, Lindsay's able to sweep it back towards the neutral zone. Rhinos off the rush. Right side, throw it towards the middle, goes off the side of the net. El Paso still with the puck. German towards his right. Shot there by Lindsay, goes over the goal line, centering pass, knocks back below the goal line, puck bouncing around like a ping pong ball. And now play will be directed towards the near corner of the Wranglers zone by Jacob Miller. Everybody wants a piece of that puck. It's like that kettle corn, everybody wants some of it. As it comes free, Trey Williams will sky it back out towards the Rhinos zone. That'll be an icing on the Wranglers with 9:56 to go in the second period. No, the Wranglers got the kill on that penalty to McRoberts. It's like the Rhinos afterwards, they still had that carryover momentum that we see sometimes. It's so dangerous in hockey. Wranglers need to find a way to stop the bleeding here. Let's spend some time in the Rhinos zone for a change. Draw, Hilton in. Drives it down low. Around it goes to the far side wall for Pellerin. Backhands it back deeper. LaBelle. Throws it back behind McDonough. Still with the puck. Right point. Pellerin wants the line. Holds it in. Dishes it off. And a shot there is blocked out in front. Rebound attempt is backhanded below the goal line. Wraparound tip. That's stopped by McDonough as well. Rhino still with it, trying to center it towards the slot. Bounces off the stick, held in by Hilton, and he'll shoot. Go off the end wall. Tommy Chunchkov will swan it back out to center, and the Wranglers once again escape any more danger. But look out, here come the Rhinos again. As Ginger towards the middle, goes off the stick of Scheffler. Behind the goal line. Wranglers towards the right wing side, find McGuire. Go across for Chunchkov. Wranglers will dump it in. Naughton will give chase. Beating him there is Matthews, the only goal scorer of the game. Doherty dumps it in from center. Laid offside on the Wranglers. Now, we're all good as Giblin from the lane of his own goal line, being shadowed by Morley Phillips. Stepanek also in the fray. Giblin's down. Just not getting back up to his feet. Wranglers trying to find the puck free. Phillips still down there, trying to wedge it free. Gets it to McNaughton, left point. Doherty calling for it is DeMarco. Gets McNaughton for a shot. Save made by DePay. Puck bouncing down below the goal line. And now we get a stoppage. Looks like it's play with a high stick. 8:21 to go in the second. Draw is going to come back down towards the Wranglers zone. To the left of McDonough. 8:21 to go in the second period. Still a 1-0 Rhinos lead. Zapp will lean in to take this draw. Sends it towards the far side wall. Trickles down below the goal line. DeMarco will feel it. Looking up ahead for Papastropoulos. Held in by German. Tries to take a shot. Deflected off the end glass. Colin Doherty, the first man on for Amarillo, gets it to his deep partner into Marco. Stretch pass up ahead. A little too hot for Papastropoulos to handle. He'll chase after it, but he won't beat out the icing. They're the one to go in the second. There'll be another defensive zone draw here for the Wranglers. Looks like number 89 in white is going to take it. He's been the Wranglers' best faceoff man so far this season. He centers that line with Pukanen and Papastropoulos. Zap this season, not just great in the faceoff circle, but he's producing offensively as well. 17 points in 21 games. Coming into the contest of the Rhinos, knocking on the door, looking for another goal. Was able to knock the puck free, and at center, and Stoke Pukanen. Cross. It's off the wall. Looked like he was intending to find Papastropoulos. Pass went astray. It's all right, though, because the Wranglers still in possession. Fire it in. Zap will give chase. Trying to edge out Hiltonen. Behind the page it goes. Jeffers pinching it right half wall. Down low it goes once more. Pukanen pries it free. So strong on the puck, is able to twist and turn from the backhand to his forehand with ease. Finds Jeffers, who shoots, and it's blocked by Triggs. Jeffers has to retreat back to the comfort of his own zone. Stretch pass up ahead. Back towards the Rhinos. Side is A.J. Reed trying to dance by Jeffers. That's a tall pass for anyone. Wranglers regain possession once more. Back out at center. Big hit on Pukanen there by Reed. Gets back up to his feet. Jeffers towards the middle, and he's looking for Zap. And now looks like we got a stoppage of play. There's a scrum in front of the Wranglers bench. Looks like Papastropoulos and German are going at it. German is wedged off the helmet of Papastropoulos. He's got him in a headlock. Takes two to tango, and looks like they're gonna break him up here in front of the Wranglers bench. The door to the Wrangler penalty box is open, so I think we all know what that means. Papastropoulos will climb in, and the door to the Rhino bench, or Rhino penalty box is open as well, so German and Papastropoulos will climb in, and we'll go back to 4-on-4 it seems, barring any changes here. .649 to go in the second. Ben Ivey is talking with our head official, Mr. Stacy, I'm not quite sure. We'll wait to see what the actual call is. Although I have to imagine it involves something with that last scrum. Pretty sure you can't do that. As still awaiting the official word, I'll peek down. Papastropoulos is right below me. He has gotten his helmet back, which is good. You always need one of those to play. Horn is still blaring. I don't expect that to stop either. So it's 2 minutes for holding on each. So it looks like that will be what sends us to 4-on-4 action for the second time tonight. Still just a 1-0 game, although the Rhinos have really peppered McDonough here in the second period. This draw is going to be to the right of Kale DePape. Far circle of the Rhino zone as you see it on NATV. The draw is won by the Wranglers. Yes, as Jack Ivey pries it free, but the Rhinos will quickly go the other way. El Paso sharpening the shot. Goes out of play. 6:32 to go in the second period. Minute 43 remaining on the 4-on-4. It's in a moment like this where I'd really think that players with a lot of speed would benefit from the open ice of a 4-on-4. Probably hence why you see the Ivy twins out there here on the 4-on-4. Nolan Gagnon as well, who's also showcased a lot of great speed so far this season. It's won by El Paso. To the line it goes. Ballerine with a shot. Blockered away by McDonough. On the rebound, Ben Ivy drops it for Jeffers. Applying the heat was Balduke, and he's able to steal it away. Not for long as the Wranglers crash in on it. Keeping possession once more. Nolan Gagnon almost collides with the head official. Turning in his own zone. Wranglers still with possession. Gagnon reverses his own zone. Pass up ahead for Jack Ivy. Use it for Ben Ivy. Pearl. Looking to find Gagnon left point. Lines read it all the way, and here he goes. He's got Defelsky in the middle. Tries to shoot it on his own. Saved by McDonough. Able to poke it away, and it goes towards the near side wall. Dangerous chance there for El Paso. Pass, unable to be held in at the line by Hooley. So we see back out to center. Center towards his right foot line. We'll play pass for a little bit. 42 seconds, 4-on-4 time to go. Gagnon towards center, knocked down by Ben Ivy. Sporting the cage strike. Ben Ivy will wait behind his net. As Wranglers get a partial change here. Surveying the scene, the Wranglers captain sending it towards his right for Gagnon. Across it goes for Doherty, head up, back across for McDonald, shooting down the right wing. Stops, pivots towards the slot. Cross for DeMarco, winds, fires, and it goes off the leg of Finger. Towards the far side wall, couldn't be handled by McDonald. Not trying to battle for it, keep it into the Rhinos zone. Doing a good job of that. Got it pinned up against the wall, and now the Rhinos are able to squeak it free. Going the other way, here they come. They take a shot, and it goes off the end wall. That shot coming from Bradley Walker. Here he is again with the puck on his stick. Backhands it below the goal line, looking for Kinger. Papastropoulos, able to weasel it free. Up ahead, he finds McDonald. Gain the center red and send it off the left wing wall. Taking a bit of a change here. Is find the pressure as McNaught sends his man tumbling down towards the ice. Good forecheck there from McNaught. Below the goal line, Rhinos having some trouble exiting their zone. Get a whistle here. With 4:01 to go in the second. Just when it looked like the Wranglers were having some sustained offensive zone time, you get a penalty. Going to go against the Wranglers. Going 3-9er, Corson McGuire will hop into the box and begin to serve his 2-minute sentence. 2 minutes for high sticking. 4:01 to go in the second. So not ideal for the Wranglers, as that El Paso power play will go back out there to increase their lead to 2. Watch out for those passes below the goal line towards the slot. Seems like the Rhinos have tried that a couple times here in the second period. No success so far, but you don't want to let them do it anymore. As Hilton walks the line, sends it towards his right. Fanning on the shot there as the stick broke. As a Rhino towards the left. German gets a new stick. Defelsky looking to go across, and a good defensive stick by Jack Ivy breaks up that play and sends the Rhinos back out to center. Rhinos will wind it in. Goes behind McDonough, and the net comes off. So that'll stop play. I don't think McDonough knew where the puck went. To be quite honest with you, I'm starting to second guess where I thought that puck went as well. Stopping the clock with 3:38 to go. Check out the replay. That's nice. It looks like the puck went high in the air, and McDonough didn't know where it went. I think he thought it was somewhere in the air, so kind of tried to swat it out of midair, and in the process knocked the net off, which not a bad thing. help the Wranglers escape danger. Although sometimes that can be misread as a delay of game, so you gotta be careful when you do that. But Gunner was in the right. They made 5-on-4 for the next minute 37 seconds. Rhinos on the power play, right point, German. At the line, which is right, got Lund down low. Tefelsky looking towards the middle, goes off a stick, and back out to center. Wranglers get the clear. Applying the heat here is Jack Ivy, pressuring German. Get things rolling here. More pressure from Roman Zapp. Snipes the puck at center. Rhinos able to get it back, but Wranglers aggressive here, short-handed. As Tefelsky from his zone, dropping off to Lund, the two most dangerous players in black here tonight. Lund knifes his way towards the middle, takes a shot, comes off the stick of Zapp. Gets the rebound to Bezier. They get a stoppage here. Too many men on the Rhinos. 53 to go in the second period. Yep, too many men on El Paso. They've gotten away with two close calls here in the second period. Looks like Bezier will go to the box until the Wranglers catch a huge break. Be 4-on-4 for the next 52 seconds. 2:53 to go in the period. About 2 minutes remaining, the Wranglers will have a abbreviated power play. So McNaughton will take this offensive zone draw for the Wranglers out there with him on McDonald's, DeMarco, and Doherty. And here's Doherty now across for DeMarco. A line, fire, and a save made by DePape. Goes up into the air. It's a pop fly, and it's fielded there by Walker. Let's get it back out to center and dump it into the Wranglers zone. Doherty, right corner of his own zone, gets knocked off the puck by Walker. He tries to center it. Coming back on the play is Doherty. Regain his composure here as the Rhinos knocking on the door, trying to wrap it around on McDonough. That wasn't going to happen, so now it gets pinned up against the end wall. Everybody trying to get a piece of that puck. It's like Thanksgiving pie. They're still going at it. Must be a really good pie. Must be cherry pie. As the puck finally wedged free. Held in at the right point there by Pellerin. Wranglers now on the power play for the next minute 3 seconds. Down the box. Came McGuire. Offside. Papastropoulos to the middle for McDonald, and he just couldn't fire it home. That pass coming from Pukinen. Right point, Jack Ivy. Winds it around towards the far side wall. Rhinos need it, can't get it out. Nolan Gagnon, left point. Down low, McDonald just the stop for Ben Ivy, and the one-timer is blocked, and the Rhinos will get the clear. Shepard aggressively on the forecheck, short-handed. Can't knock the puck away from Jack Ivy. Across, Ben Ivy into the attacking zone. He'll dance it down low towards the slot for Jack Ivy. Up top, Gagnon holds. Cross, Jack Ivy shoots, and a save made. Rebound was fanned on by Pukinen, and the Rhinos able to get it back out to center. When you give Jack Ivy a shot like that, he's not going to miss very often. Here comes Papastropoulos towards the middle for Pukinen, turning, shooting, and he just missed, but not by much. Papastropoulos, Wranglers knocking on the door. We're back to even strength. It's Papastropoulos towards his left, looking for Gagnon. Pass was broken up, and the Rhinos will go the other way. Here's Lund. Right side, across, looking for a trailer, and he had Hilton in, but he couldn't get the shot away. Wranglers crash the puck, and it rolls in on McDonough, and he'll hold with 35 seconds to go in the second. Insanity. Wranglers were knocking on the door there on that power play chance, the abbreviated power play chance. Still had some really good looks. Again, it's that puck luck, just couldn't get it to go their way. A couple big saves by DePape as well, but close but no cigar. Still a 1-0 game. Corey Lund to take this draw here against McNaught. Won this season 15 goals in 22 games. Stefelski turns and shoots off the draw. It's blocked out in front. Held in right point by Lindsay. Exchanges with Stefelski. Tries to fire it on goal. Puck trickles towards the slot, and the Wranglers will get it back out to center as McNaughton muscles it towards his left for Phillips. Will drive it down low towards the middle. It goes, and a pad save by DePape. Oh, looks like Jeffers was trying to hold it in at the right point. Took a funny bounce off the wall and stays deep. Jeffers holding it at the line. Yeah, well, looks like the Eagle Eye Einsman said no. He didn't. And so it's 6.6 on the clock. Will be offside on the Wranglers. Shots are 15-9 in favor of the Rhinos. Looks like barring a goal here in the next 6.6 seconds, we're going to go into the second intermission with the same score that we had in the first intermission. 1-0. But you never know as the Wranglers drive it down low. Hilton in, along towards the far side wall, and that will do it for second period action from El Paso. So, after 40 minutes of play, no scoring in the second, 1-0 game for the Rhinos, and a bit of a heated exchange after the second period ended between both teams. That will certainly set the stage for an exciting third period. Rhinos with a 1-0 lead. It's a lead as slim as they come. Only one shot for the Wranglers will do to make it a tie game. We'll talk about who might step up here in the third period for the Wranglers. We'll recap the scoring for the first two periods of play. Also checking in some scores from around the division, as it's a busy night on Black Friday in the NAHL. All that and more coming up in the second intermission report. It looks like we might have some penalties here to start the third period. We'll get that all sorted out during the break, and we'll see you on the other side to start the second intermission report in just a few minutes on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to El Paso, where it's the second intermission report. Same score that we had after 20 minutes of play. It's 1-0 for the Rhinos after 40 minutes of play. Hi, everybody. I'm Guy Chiarenza, bringing you the action here from El Paso. Tight game so far, and it seems like these are the type of games that the Wranglers win. I think the scoreboard, shots 15-9 for the Rhinos. One goal on the board for the Rhinos. 9 shots for the Wranglers. No goals on the board, but that's a tight game, and it's one of those games that the Wranglers seem to win. This season, the Wranglers are 10-2-2 in games decided by 1 or 2 goals. So, I mean, despite the score right now, this is the kind of game where the Wranglers say, you know what, I think we got this. But there's still a lot of work left to be done here in the third period if the Wranglers want to come away with a win. It's going to take some work. Somebody's going to have to step up and score a few goals for the Wranglers. Connor McDonough has certainly done his job, stopping 14 of 15 through 40 minutes of play. As we'll look towards the scoring recap. Only goal of the game scored by number 15 in black, Tim Matthews, getting his first goal of the season from James Hooley, who will pick up point number 4 on the year. And that goal came with 9:40 to go in the first period. That's the goal that made 1-0, and it stayed 1-0 ever since, although both teams have had some chances on the power play. Neither team has been able to capitalize on the man advantage so far in tonight's game. As the Wranglers so far tonight still looking for answers on the power play. Looks like the Wranglers this evening are 0 for 2, although that second chance was on an abbreviated power play chance. So you've had some 4-on-4 action here tonight, I believe on 2 occasions. El Paso 0 for 3. So Wranglers penalty kill putting in good work. So hey, if your power play is not going to score, you might as well have your penalty kill putting up good numbers, and the Wranglers have gotten that here tonight. Power play woes continuing for the Wranglers, although you think about 30 minutes of power play time here so far tonight, really not enough of a sample size to really say whether it's good or bad. Wranglers power play actually generating a few really good chances on the abbreviated chance. A couple big saves by DePape and some puck luck going the other way for El Paso to have the Wranglers out of the net through 40 minutes of play, although it seemed like the Wranglers were able to build upon a few good things that they did in the first period and the second period. But the thing is you look at the shot count in the second, and 11-7 in favor of the Rhinos in the second period of play. Looks like there's a disparity here on the website shots to the in-arena shot count. As in arena, it says 9-15 for the Rhinos. On the website, it says 16-12 for the Rhinos. I don't know what to believe, man. I guess I will say 12 seems more of a better figure for the Wranglers. So we'll go with that. Because I did notice in the first period that there were some shots that didn't get credited, like some shots that were from center ice on goal. Those didn't get credited. So I think I'm going to go with the website shot count, although who's to say? I'm not an off-ice official. But either way, the Rhinos still lead the shot count, and they really have been peppering McDonough so far in this game, and Connor McDonough has been phenomenal. And as a team, as an organization, and as fans, we can't take that for granted. I mean, great goaltending is far and few between. I mean, to have a good goaltender in any league is a blessing, and for the Wranglers, they got a good one in Connor McDonough. Really showcased that at the end of last season, where went on the win streak, the 4 straight shutouts. The legend just grew, came back for another year here this year. Was named the starter, and he's really shouldered a lot of the workload for the Wranglers this season, but he's taken it, and he's just ran with it. It's Connor McDonough's net for the Wranglers this season, as McDonough in goal has been phenomenal with a record of 10-5-1 coming into tonight's game, 2.37 goals against average and a .908 save percentage, and 1 shutout on the year. McDonough just plays a really complete game for the Wranglers in goal, and to top it all off, he gives the Wranglers a chance to win night in and night out. And what more can you ask for from your goaltender is to give your team a chance to win. And McDonough does just that, and he's done that here tonight. There were some moments in the second period where, especially when the Rhinos were on the power play, El Paso had some really good looks on goal that McDonough was able to shut down. Connor McDonough on his A game here tonight, and it's one of the reasons why it's a 1-0 game. Now, don't get me wrong, the Wranglers have had some chances of their own going the other way, but it seems like El Paso in the second period had more prime scoring chances than the Wranglers did, and also generated some more offensive zone time. And that's really something that the Wranglers need to do here in the third period, is really make a home in the El Paso zone. Here in the third, they have to find a way to generate some more offensive zone time. This is something that we saw the Wranglers struggle with against Lone Star. This is something that we're seeing them struggle with here tonight against El Paso. You got to find a way to cycle the puck around in the El Paso zone. Getting chances off the rush, getting a few chances here in the El Paso zone, kind of just moving the puck around, but you got to have some sustained offensive zone time here in the third period if you want to get some things cracking on goal. As DePape is looking pretty solid, stopping everything that he's seen so far tonight. And this is a goalie in DePape where a really good month of October, where he went 4-1-1 under a goal against average, 960 save percentage, 2 shutouts. This is a guy that really can play well, although it seems like his stats in the season really kind of muddled. 5-3 record, 5-3-0-1 to be exact, 2.5 goals against average, and an 898 save percentage. So it seems like he's kind of come back down to earth. But this is a guy that really can play well when called upon. It seems like he's also on his A game here tonight, although I really would like to see the Wranglers get one of those scoring chances where it's just prime scoring chances. And I think that would really see if DePape is on his A game or not. I mean, he's made some really good saves, but did he make a great save? I don't know, but that's subjective. So I think the Wranglers just need to find a way to generate some more quality scoring chances, get some more pucks on net. It all comes down to that zone time that we talked about. So we look at the Wranglers roster and say, well, who do you think is going to get that first goal for the Wranglers here tonight? Wranglers have only been shut out one time this season, and it was that last game against Lone Star that everybody would like to erase from their memories. That was the only time the Wranglers have been shut out this season. So, turn the page, we're on to El Paso. Well, here we are. Who's going to get the job done for the Wranglers? Looks like Andrew Hochstein thinks it's going to be Connor McNaughton. Now, that's a really good pick. I do like that pick. McNaughton has been buzzing here tonight. Seems like when you need a goal, you call Connor McNaughton, and he'll get one for you. So, he's a pretty good lock. You pick up that goal here tonight. For me, I really like the way the Ivy Twins are playing here tonight. I think Papaspropoulos is playing well. But for the Wranglers, you got to look at that bottom six. You got to look at that bottom six, and you can't be a team that relies on your top six. You can't. I mean, to win in any facet in any league, you got to have depth scoring. And for the Wranglers, they're getting help from their bottom six defensively, but that scoring just hasn't been there for the last couple of games, and I think that ends tonight. I think that ends tonight. Give me Alex Stepanek here tonight for the Wranglers. I think it's going to be one of those plays where that third line for the Wranglers doing that dirty work, able to get that zone time that they so preciously need here in the third. Able to move it around. Give me Alex Stepanek and a shot from the slot. Pass from Connor McNaughton to get that first goal to go at game for the Wranglers. But that's just my pick. Let's see what everybody else is thinking as we head on over to the Wranglers Facebook page. Make your pick over there, or you can make your pick over on our YouTube audio stream. Wherever you're listening here tonight, we're happy to have you. It's a Black Friday showdown here from El Paso. As they get a fresh sheet of ice out here, getting ready for the third period. When we come back on the Wranglers Hockey Network, we'll look at some scores from around the South Division. We'll look at the South Division standings and talk about what it might all mean when all is said and done after tonight's action. All that and much, much more on the Wranglers Hockey Network, on NATV and YouTube.
This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to El Paso. We're in the Mountain Time Zone here tonight, as El Paso is one of the few cities in Texas that resides in the Mountain Time Zone. So for all you back at home, 10 o'clock. For us here, 9 o'clock, although it still feels like 10. Wranglers made the trip over to El Paso yesterday. Got up this morning, had a good morning skate. Back here in action against El Paso tonight for the first meeting of the season between the Wranglers and the Rhinos. Had a good chance to run in with Duke Keith earlier on in the evening. Rhinos legend, been calling games here for the last 30 years. He's one of the legends in broadcasting, so it's a good chance to meet Duke Keith. He was nice enough to give me a coffee, and so I've been drinking that throughout the course of the second period. Gotta say, I'm hoping for an electric third period because I'm kind of wired right now, up on that caffeine as we look at some scores from around the league. Over at Ector County Coliseum, a shootout. Scoreless game goes to a shootout, and it looks like the Mudbugs have come away with the victory against the Odessa Jackalopes by the slimmest of margins. That is the slimmest of margins. A scoreless game and a shootout victory. That'll do it as the Mudbugs take down Odessa, but Odessa does get a point out of that game. Warriors and the Brahmas. Looks like we've got a final over from NYTEX Sports Center. Another very slim game. Not as slim as a scoreless shootout victory, but a 1-0 game goes the Brahmas' way. They blank the defending champs. Lone goal coming from Max Hamsted. We saw a lot of him last weekend. We'll see a lot of them next weekend. And then the weekend after that. So Wranglers, after this weekend's games, play 4 straight against the Brahmas. We've got our game, which is 1-0 for the Rhinos as we are about to head into the second period. And then, of course, over at Greeley Ice House, Colorado Grit with a 3-0 lead over the Corpus Christi Ice Rays. Getting goals from Christian Carter, Bowen Burke, and Ben Rakowski. As the Grit, 3-0 lead at the second intermission of that game. Well, what could that all mean? What in the world could that all mean? Well, let's check in the South Division standings. So it looks like with Shreveport's win tonight, I gotta refresh my page. Give me a second. Stand by. Okay, so it looks like with Shreveport's win tonight, they now have 25 points on the season. Still in 6th place in the division, though. Oklahoma losing keeps them behind Amarillo, as they'll stay in the 5th slot in the division. Wranglers have a chance to jump the Rhinos here tonight, pick up points 27 and 28. El Paso has a chance to tie themselves with New Mexico at 29 if they win tonight. I believe New Mexico is not in action tonight. Looks like they're on a bye, and the Lone Star Brahmas just increased the lead. The rich get richer. They're now up to 36 points on the year. So that's what's at stake here tonight. And this is the thing. Look at this stuff, though. Actually, you can't see it. I'll describe it. I don't know why I'm saying look at this. Here's the thing. Shreveport Mudbugs, 25 points. You look at the second place team, New Mexico Ice Wolves, 29 points. Mudbugs have played 2 less games. They played 20 games. New Mexico has played 22. That's how close the South Division is right now. And even you look at Lone Star, they got a bit of a lead right now, but there's a lot of hockey left to be played. And that lead can evaporate in an instant. Give a couple weekends, it can fall right back down to earth. All it takes is a good month, and you're right back in the swing of things. And you have a bad month, you fall right back down to the pack. So, I mean, you talk about that 4-game set against the Lone Star Brahmas. That's going to be huge. And I want you to be there for the games over at the Cal Farley Coliseum, the Budweiser Bullpen in Amarillo on December 8th and 9th, because those are going to be huge. It's going to wrap up the season series against the Brahmas for the Wranglers. It's going to be big-time points against a big-time team in the Lone Star Brahmas. I think you got to be there. You got to get your tickets at panhandletickets.com. But if you can't make it, that's okay, I guess. I understand. As much as I like having you on my broadcast, I want to see you in person, but if you can't make it, it's okay. I understand. You can hang out with me on NATV or our YouTube audio stream. We'll have it all for you on those 2 platforms. The Wranglers tomorrow will be right back here, same time El Paso County Event Center. Then on Sunday, afternoon game against the Jackalopes as the Wranglers make a pit stop in the Permian Basin on their way home. And then, of course, they'll hit the road next weekend for 2 games over at NITEC Sports Center. And then, as I said before, the 8th and 9th of December. Man, December creeps so fast. 8th and 9th of December, Wranglers will be right back at home to play the Brahmas again to wrap up the season series. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? We're almost in December. You better start getting your Christmas presents. Black Friday today. Some good deals, maybe. I didn't pounce on any Black Friday deals. I forgot to look. I was busy. I was prepping for the El Paso Rhinos game here tonight with the Wranglers. You got to know your opponent, so I was doing a lot of game prep. Of course, we were traveling on Thanksgiving, so a bit of a busy last couple of days. Wasn't able to pounce on any deals, but hope all of you home listening had a good Thanksgiving. Were able to spend some time with friends, family, loved ones. Had a good Black Friday, stayed safe. And just enjoying the weekend. What's that day after Black Friday called? That's Saturday. I'm sure it's called something. I still can't remember. But that'll be tomorrow, and the Wranglers will take on the Rhinos. But first, they look to take care of business here tonight. It looks like the Rhinos are lined up back out in the tunnel. Wranglers just hitting the ice right now, as they will skate from right to left. Rhinos from left to right, as you see it on NATV. And so let's set the stage for the third period. 1-0 game for the Rhinos. All it takes for the Wranglers is a shot to go past the Pape, and you got a tie game. And we talked about it. These are those games where the Wranglers seem to thrive in. Somebody's got to step up and get that goal first, but a lot of hockey left to be played. 2 points on the line. Winner has sole possession of third place in the South Division. Black Friday showdown. Doesn't get any bigger than this. It's the Wranglers and the Rhinos from El Paso. Old El Paso. Let's go. Third period action from El Paso as Ben Ivy will take the draw against Medrick Bolduc. And we are underway for third period action from El Paso. Colin Doherty gains the red line, wraps it around, goes by to Pape. And it'll go by Jack Ivy as well. Wranglers have to regroup at center on the fresh sheet of ice. Ben Ivy will tap it in after it was Matthews, still the only goal scorer of the game. Goes below the goal line, back to Matthews, and he swings it back out to center. That'll be good enough for an icing. Just 30 seconds into the third. Look at these two teams, and with a 1-0 game heading into the third period, it's not really a surprise that the game is low scoring and as tight as it is. Rhinos only averaged 2.3 goals for per game. Wranglers 2.8. These are two teams in the South Division that don't usually score a whole lot, but somehow find a way to pull out wins. It's really been the story of the Wranglers season so far. Only 2 of the Wranglers' wins this season have come by goal differential of 3 or more in that game. And both were at the NHL Showcase in Blaine. Off the draw, Pappas Broncos tries to hold it in, gets tumbled into the Rhinos bench there by Tafelsky. And the Rhinos take a snapshot, save made by McDonough, and on the rebound, it goes below the goal line. At the line, shot there by German is sticked away by McDonough. Gano on the right side wall, looking for Pukinen up ahead, but bounce it towards Gano, puts it back to Pukinen, and it goes by him to center. Rhinos play play it D to D up ahead, connecting with Triggs. Bounces off his stick. Daniel. Stretch pass connects with Zap. In the way of the pass for Buchanan was German. And Jeffers, former Colorado Grit, from his own zone. Picks his head up, sends it towards his right. Roman Zap to Cooper. Over the attacking line, Bryce Cooper on his backhand. Goes down low. Snaps it off the end wall. Chasing after Papastropoulos on the near side. I think that's Stepanek as the shot goes wide. Phillips twists it around towards that near side wall, looking for Stepanek, and he's got him as he's able to race back towards the puck. Stoppage there with 18-12 on the clock in the third period. As I believe the Wranglers were offside. A good hustle there by Stepanek to keep the puck in the attacking zone. Number 74 in white, the check forward. Playing in his 6th game as a Wrangler tonight. Gets it back out to center. Dances off the stick. Deep into the Wrangler zone it goes. Doherty muscles his opponent off the puck. He's able to shoulder Ryan Ginger away. Shot there from the Rhinos, goes high and wide, picking up. Old 3-9er, of course, McGuire gets it back out to center. Hops off a few sticks, and the Rhinos take it into Amarillo territory. LaBelle, shouted by Doherty. Play goes into the right corner. This is intercepted by Chunchikov. Will skate it back out to center with LaBelle on his back. Tommy dumps it in, and play will stop with 17:31 to go in the third. Draw will be to the right of the pape, near circle of the Rhinos zone. Ben Ivy will take it for the Wranglers. Puck is bouncing and he wins it, gets it to Williams. Sends it down low. McDonald in the area, Wranglers. Ben Ivy twists and shoots. And it was blocked. Afterwards, McDonald, the Rhinos are going to come away with the puck. Ben Ivy kicks it to keep it into the attacking zone. The Rhinos repossess. Take their time here, getting out of their own zone. Duke across, connects with Reed. Gagnon defending him, and he gets it away. Good defensive play there from Nolan Gagnon. He pointed alternate captain of the Wranglers. He was off the back out to center after German couldn't hold it in at the line. Then Ivy, gains Rhinos blue, goes to slot, towards his left, shoots off the stick. Puck bounces in the high slot, corralled by McDonald. Find a man in the middle, but pass was not there. Wranglers regroup at neutral ice. Roberts plays it across to Jeffers. It's caught between a pack of Rhinos. Puck still back at center, so the Wranglers again play it back to the defense, trying to retreat and regroup here. Jeffers, his forehand, the head by Buchanan, goes off his stick and chase after it, but it's tapped ahead by German. Again, it goes to the Wranglers defense. The Wranglers possessing the puck here, but the question is can they do it in the Rhinos zone? Buchanan for Papastropoulos off the rush. Takes a shot and a save made by DePape. Buchanan to the right point. Jeffers shoots, and it's tipped wide. DePape might have gotten a piece of that shot. Buchanan, right side. Marco Collinsworth instead drops off to Jeffers. Tries to go along the wall on the right side, but Rhinos were able to snuff it out. Puck back out to center, but they'll dump it down. Wranglers will get possession here. What we're starting to see here is the Wranglers, as they get more and more time in the attacking zone, forcing the Rhinos to just dump it down as they get a change. In turn, the Wranglers can get more chances offensively. Papastropoulos tapping it down low. He's checked at center ice. Corey Lund will skate it through his own zone, get it stolen away, and shot save made by DePape on Stepanek. Unreal. Icing's waved off as play goes towards the Wranglers zone. Stepanek. Still a tip, a shot by Lund away. Play goes behind McDonough. DeMarco backhands it up ahead for Stepanek. Goes off the stick and back out to center, but the Rhinos will quickly go back on the attack. From center, they fire it in on McDonough. DeMarco doesn't let them go to work as getting back to the neutral zone for Chunchikov. Quickly back checked by Lund. Chunchikov retains possession. Across. For a shot and a blocker save by DePape. Good chance there for Nolan Gagnon. Wranglers knocking on the door here in the third period. Get a stoppage. 14:28 to go in the third. Draw is going to be to the left of Connor McDonough. Near circle of the Wranglers zone as you see it on NATV. Pavel will duel with Miller on that draw. It's corralled by the Rhinos. Stacked it around towards the far side wall, awaiting it was McGuire. With the strips and back towards the near side. Go back along towards the far side wall. The Wranglers have it back out to center and then some as it rolls down past the pave. No icing. Winning the race is Tommy Chunchikov. Good hustle there from 12 and White. The puck is pinned up against the end wall behind the page. Wranglers trying to just launch it free. Miller also in the area. And the Rhinos are able to kick it away. Was quick on the puck, able to hold it in. Gagnon towards the slot. Backhand try is stopped by the page. Tommy Chunchikov knocking on the door. What a shift for him. He'll head towards the bench. McDonald stands up Bezier in the neutral zone, trying to pick the puck free. Rhinos send it back down on McDonough. Play will continue to roll. We've got 13:28 remaining in the third. In the neutral zone, Ben Ivy into Rhinos territory. Wants to do a drop pass instead. Get the puck back to McDonald towards the slot, and held up was Ben Ivy. No call. Below the goal line it goes. McDonald there. He gets dragged down to the ground. Held in left point by Ben Ivy. Whips it on goal. Blocker saved by DePape. Right side, Jeffers turns and sends it deeper. Left side, Ivy again. Wranglers captain. Puck pop up into the air. Gloved down by the Rhinos. Wranglers still holding it in. As now we get a stoppage. With 12:50 to go in the third. Play was right in front of the Rhinos bench. Can't tell what happened for sure. Although what we do know is the arm is raised. Let's see what we got here. Looks like we're going to get jacked. Yeah, well, let's see. Ben Ivy that's going to go. The Wranglers are going to go to the penalty kill here. PK unit has stood firm for the Wranglers here tonight, but they're going to need a big kill here right now. Keep it a one-goal game as Ben Ivy has taken a seat. Looks like, remember, the ice cream she's taking a spill. Hope she's okay. So she's back up to her feet. And she's going to be all right. Big sequence in the game right now. Ben Ivy in the box, one of the Wranglers' penalty killers. Usually see him out there. Not right now. He's in the box. Wranglers are going to get a big-time kill here in the third. Rhinos win the draw. Left point, it's Lindsay across. Pellerine. Back to Lindsay at the line. Barely held it in. Across. It's for Bolduki. Swings and misses on the one-timer. The Wranglers send it the distance. They get an early kill. Pellerine off the wall to himself. Moving with speed. Gains the Wranglers zone. Towards his right for Bezier. Stops at the half wall. Goes towards his left. Lindsay shoots and goes wide. Held in by Bezier near side. Drifts towards the circle. Exchanges with Bolduc. Wranglers get in the way of that as Zapp is able to snuff it out. He sends it back down as the Wranglers get the clear. 11:10 remaining on the penalty to Ben Rankin. 11:57 remaining in the third. German slides his way towards the goal. German shoots, and a big save by McDonough once more. Going the other way, Jack Ivey stretch pass. A little too far ahead for Pukinen as he tried to bank it off the wall. Toby Pukinen will still give chase as he will try and hem the puck down deep in the Rhinos zone. We'll talk about another big-time save from Connor McDonough. That was it. Pukinen steals the puck away from German into the attacking zone. Toby Pukinen across. Jeffers shoots off the side of the net. Wranglers holding it at the left point. McRoberts drops it down low. Puck goes back down towards the Wranglers zone. McDonough will play it. Backhands it to Pukinen. Wranglers doing good work here to kill some time and get some chances shorthanded. Gas for the Rhinos here on the power play. 10 seconds remaining on that. Pellerin rumbles his way into the attacking zone. Backhand pass towards the slot. Goes off the skate of McNaughton. And now Connor McNaughton will possess the puck. Up against the far side wall. Get it to Zap in the neutral zone. He's off to the races. He's got Stepanek towards his left. Zap to Stepanek. And tries to go back to Zap. And will roll in onto Pape. And he will cover. With 10:36 to go in the third, we're back to even strength, and afterwards, another scrum here. It's one of those points in the game where the Wranglers want to play physical, yes, but you don't want to take another penalty. They're only down by one, and you need a goal here. So, instances like that one, you're also trying to draw a penalty. It's a bit of a gray area. You don't want to get caught with your hand in the cookie jar. It's the Rhinos 1 and the Wranglers nothing. 10:36 remaining in the third period. We'll be back in just a few moments on NATV and YouTube.
This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to El Paso. Wranglers in the offensive zone. Drawing a shot and they score! Might have been tipped in out in front. Looks like they're hugging Jacob Miller. Looks like Corson McGuire's going to head first to the bench. Maybe he tipped it in. Either way, the Wranglers have tied the game up at 1. And just like that, we're tied. And they are fired up. Tommy Chunchkov wants that puck. See who it goes to. The shot was taken from the right point. I believe it got deflected out in front of the Pape. The Wranglers have tied the game up at 1.
This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
It is going to go to Corson McGuire from Jacob Miller. That's the only assist in the goal. So Miller took the initial shot. McGuire tipped it in. They'll go pick up their first points as Wranglers. McGuire, his first goal as a Wrangler. The shot goes off the end wall. Wranglers trying to escape to their own zone. They do. McNaughton up ahead. He's got Morley Phillips. Towards his right, he shoots. It's off the stick, not the end wall. Doherty finds Zap in the neutral zone. Towards his right, he's got Putin it. He'll rumble his way into the attacking zone. Stop. Pinned up against that far half wall. The Rhinos in on him. Jam the puck free. El Paso. Get it back out to the line. Doherty tries to hold it in. Skip up into the Rhinos bench and stop the clock with 9:29 to go in the third. They're tied at 1. Forrest McGuire picks up his first goal as a Wrangler. Check to see. That's his first goal in the league. It back out towards the neutral zone. Jack Ivey checks at the red line. Let's get the puck free. McDonald going the other way. Bursting with speed. Backhand pass towards the middle. Nobody was home. Page was able to stick it away cleanly. To the neutral zone it goes. Rounds. McDonough. Backhanded to DeMarco. Little whistle here. Exactly 9 minutes to go in the game. Regulation, that is. We might need more. For McGuire, that is his first goal as a Wrangler. It's also his first goal in the North American Hockey League. So congratulations, of course, to McGuire. His first in the league has tied the game up at 1. Jacob Miller take a draw at center ice, and he will win it. Gets it to Cooper. Bounced off the wall, looking for Chunchikov up ahead. Lions able to take that puck and send it back out to center ice. Jeffers, Michigan up ahead, finds McNaughton. Through center, it's Chunchikov. The blue line evades a check from Walker and sends it down deep. Chunchikov has been a man on a mission so far in this game. McNaughton trying to send it up to the Rhino blue line. It's a cluster of bodies, and now the Rhinos will weasel deep into the Wrangler zone. Chunchikov will backhand it in. Rhinos get it back out the center where it's met by Williams. He dump it down low. Bouncing in the Rhinos slot, around by Lindsay. Down the right wing side. Shuckler. Williams in the area. Able to possess the puck. Rangers trying to get out of their own zone here. The play goes towards the near side corner. LaBelle behind the goal. Turns, sends it back towards that near corner again, where Stepanek is waiting for the Wranglers. Morley Phillips leaves the attacking zone. Sent down towards his knees and loses the puck. Putin possesses it at center ice, finds Zap over the blue line, and go back to Putin, hits the back of his skate. Wranglers come away with that puck and get it back out to the Wrangler zone. Frazier trying to dance by DeMarco. DeMarco let that play the whole way through. Gets it to Doherty. Uses it for the moment as the Rhinos back on the attack. Duke sends it behind McDonough. Doherty up ahead looking for Dukeman. Rhinos jam it back down low again. They'll go off for a partial change. It appears as the lead goes off. Puck goes out of play with 6:45 to go in the third. Well, it's a 1-1 game now. 6:45 to go in the third period. Can the Wranglers pull out another tight game? We'll see. Stick with us here on NATV and YouTube to find out. We'll be back in just a few moments on the Wranglers Hockey Network.
This is Colin Doherty, and you're listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to El Paso, 1-1 game. Late stages of the third period. Wranglers have tied it up most recently on a goal from Corson McGuire, his first in the North American Hockey League. As at center, Ben Ivey. Initially looked like he had McDonald off the break, but we'll have to redo that draw. We talked about that depth scoring for the Wranglers. When was it going to show up? Well, there it was. Corson McGuire gets the goal for the Wranglers. Tied the game up at 1. Still unfinished business. The Wranglers come away with a win here in enemy territory. As Ben Ivey through the neutral zone looking for McDonald. Bouncing around. Corralled by Ben Ivey. Goes to the attacking zone and shoots. Glove save by DePape. Doesn't know where it is, and it goes behind the goal where Ben Ivey will possess. To the line for Doherty. He wasn't expecting that pass. It's played from back out to center. But Pavelski will whack it down towards McDonough. To the left point for a snapshot there that goes wide of McDonough. Might have poke checked it away. Behind the goal line, Rhinos to a trailer. Nobody but Jack Ivey. Holding the line center towards McDonough. Will paddle it away. Walker on the attack. Goes behind the net. Wraparound attempt is stopped by McDonough. Puck is taken away by McDonald. Finds Ben Ivey in the neutral zone. He'll gain center red and go off for a change. 5:37 to go in the third. Jeffers checked at his own blue line. Wranglers possessed the puck as Miller was also in the area. Jeffers tries to find McGuire in the neutral zone. Pass goes by him. So Rhinos back out at center. Miller and it'll be Gray take a tumble. They're still possession here. Placed up ahead. So back down behind the Wranglers goal where McDonough will play it. Roberts. His way towards his right neutral zone. Has to stand on. Rhinos poke it away. Now here comes Scheffler. Going to go right down Broadway. It wasn't going to happen with Stepanek in the area. Far side of Wranglers zone. Miller will give it an extra push, get it back out towards the neutral zone. 4:35 remaining in the third. German finds Duke. Shot there from Inger goes off the stick of Jeffers. Out of play. 4:28 to go in the third. Now, where have we seen this before? It seems like every single Wranglers game right down to the wire. And they tend to win these kinds of games. We talked about it with Connor Yanni, the Wranglers assistant coach this week on Wranglers Weekly. You can catch that on our YouTube channel. Why that is, it's like resilience. It's a very resilient team. That's why we're able to come away with wins in games like this. Zap throws it towards the goal and it's paddled away by DePape. It's on the glass and stays in play. Zap will race after towards the near side corner of the Rhinos zone. Paso to center. Williams will chop it down deep into Rhino territory. 4 minutes remaining in the third. At center, Metropolis uses the puck to Duke. Wranglers will get it back as Williams is able to peel it away. Cross, Metropolis in the neutral zone. Main center red. Drop it down low, keeping it on the forecheck. Zap behind the goal line, twist back towards the right side. Gone across to Marco, backhands it down low. Buchanan there for the Wranglers. Able to slide it back on the near side wall. El Paso will get it back out the center as Lund back towards his feet. 3:19 to go in the third. From center, the Rhinos, Pavelski. Over the Wrangler line, dump and chase. Doherty's going to win that race, though. Get it to McDonald. Drop it off towards DeMarco. They'll skate up ahead, charging towards the neutral zone. Off the stick of Jack Ivey it goes. Rhinos will send it back out towards center. Now here is LaBelle. Checked by Doherty in front of the Wranglers bench. Scheffler. Down low. Pitcher in the area. shadowed by Cooper. LaBelle able to corral the puck. Squeaks free towards the far side wall. Jeffers ahead. He's got room to roam. Jeffers towards his left on his backhand with the goal. Forehand shot and a save made by DePape. Sneaky play there from Drew Jeffers. Really turned on the Jets. On his backhand, moving towards his left, turned, forehand shot, close quarters on DePape. He was able to make that save, and I'm not sure DePape thought he had it. He kind of checked over his shoulder, but he did indeed have that puck, but what a play there from the Wranglers defenseman, Drew Jeffers. Rhinos able to feather it back out to center. Wolf will get it back ahead. To a Walker, a backhand shot goes off the side of the net. Chukov from Miller. He will skate it back out towards the neutral zone. Miller. The point in tonight's game off the System McGuire goal. Chukov right point. Miller keeping the puck in. His body's down on that puck. Rhinos able to get it back out to the neutral zone. The Wolf towards his right. Into Wranglers territory, goes below the goal line, loses the puck to Williams. Good defensive play there from the Dallas native. Tommy Chunchikov. Deep play going to the corner of his own zone, but it's worked out along the near side walls. It's Corson McGuire back out to center. 1:33 to go in the third. Rhinos right back into the Wranglers zone. Take a spill, and Zap takes the puck away. He'll quickly move towards the pace. Zap rumbles into the attacking zone. Drop pass. Kukunin to the slot. Shooting save made. Rebound comes to Papastropoulos. Couldn't get the shot away. Rhinos lost his sick. Left point. Gagne walks the line. Turns and shoots. Deflection out in front. The Pape made the save. Right side. Papastropoulos below the goal line for Kukunin. Gets pinned up. Frees it. Gets it to Zap. Wraparound chance and a save made by DePape. And the Rhinos clear. 52 seconds remaining in the third. No icing on that last play. Time continues to drip off the clock. Now the Wranglers have iced the puck with 42.8 seconds to go in the third. Really good chances for the Wranglers on that last sequence, but just couldn't get the job done. It's a 1-1 game with under a minute to go in the third. Wranglers have called a timeout. Ryan Anderson wants his guys to regroup here after that last icing. Keep you here on NATV and YouTube. First goal of the game was scored by Tim Matthews. Assisted from James Cooley. 9:40 to go in the first period. That's what made it 1-0. No scoring in the second period. And in the third period, it was Corson McGuire's first goal in the North American Hockey League to make it a 1-1 game. Jacob Miller picks up the assist. He gets his first point as a Wrangler. That's the story so far. McGuire goal coming 9:26 into the the third period. Wranglers come away with the puck off the defensive zone draw. 40 winds it back out to center. Jack Ivey fields it. Drop pass for Ben Ivey. He's into the attacking zone. Met by a cluster of Rhinos. Coming with it is Bazier. Right side, Bazier towards the middle, off the stick of Doherty. Bats it out of the air. No high stick, plays it to Reed, and what is a high stick? Bit of a late whistle there, but he's still blowing it. Looks like there's a Rhino that wanted a piece of Jack McDonald after that whistle blew, and it was Pellerine. Alexander Pellerine really wanted to go after Jack McDonald. Head official was quick to break up that. 7 seconds remaining in the third. It'll be an offensive zone draw from the Wranglers. See if they can cook up something here. It will be Zap to take the face-off for the Wranglers. So good in the face-off circle all season. 20 seconds, about 20 seconds, a lot of time to work with, especially if you're able to win this draw. Zap does, gets it to Papadopoulos, gets tied up in his skates, moves it down low for Pukanen, to the corner the play goes, far corner, Rhinos fish it free, Lund, across, finds Pellerine, across, Pavelski shoots, save made by McDonough, and with 3 seconds to go, Rhinos looking for one last chance, throw it towards the goal, blocked by DeMarco, we're headed to overtime. So we head to OT. Nothing new for the Wranglers this season. It seems like they've played their fair share of overtime games. Wranglers are 4-2 in games that are decided in overtime. The recent game that went to overtime was that last one against the Lone Star Brahmas last Friday. That went to overtime, but we went to the shootout. The Wranglers eventually won in the shootout. Does come to the shootout. Wranglers are also pretty good in that department as well. They're 3-0 on the season. When it comes to the shootout, but we've still got 5 minutes standing between us and that. Led to 3-on-3 overtime. Now, traditionally throughout the course of the season, the Wranglers have started out with the Ivy Twins and Nolan Gagnon. We'll see if that's the same case here tonight. Curious to see who the Rhinos will send out to start 3-on-3 overtime. But one thing's for certain is both of these teams will pick up a standing point here tonight. So look at these standings here in the South Division. El Paso now at 28 points, Wranglers at 27. So if the Wranglers win here tonight in overtime or a shootout, they will tie the Rhinos for third place in the South Division. If the Rhinos win, they'll pick up that extra point ahead to 28 points on the season. That's sole possession of third place. Wranglers will sit stagnant, 27 points in fourth. And that's what's at stake. Connor McDonough has been fantastic for the Wranglers tonight. Both teams have taken 20 shots. McDonough has stopped 19 of 20. DePate, 19 of 20 as well. So it looks like a bit of a change of scenery here to start 3-on-3 overtime, as looks like the Wranglers are going to go with Gagnon, McNaughton, and Pukanen to start the 3-on-3 session. The Rhinos are going to go with German, Bolduc, and Bezier. McNaughton off the draw, finds Pukanen, but it is caught up in his skate, so we'll send it back to Gagnon. He will play it safely from his own zone. And out right side for Jack Ivey, who quickly came onto the ice. The trickery play here is Jack Ivey. And Ben Ivey quickly come on here in the overtime session. Rhinos steal the puck away in their own zone, and here they go. 2-on-1, Bezier. Across, German shoots, and a save made by McDonough on that play. Unreal. Wranglers go the other way. Jack Ivey towards the middle looking for Gagnon, and it's sticked away by DePate. McDonough sprawling out to make a save on that last sequence to keep the game alive. Reminds me of what he did in Oklahoma against the Warriors not too long ago. Here's Lund into the attacking zone. Turns off the wall. Finds Lindsay. Head up. High slot. Pavelski shoots and he goes wide. McDonough might have gotten a shoulder on that. And you give a guy like Frank Pavelski with room like that, oftentimes he's going to score. Here's Papadopoulos. High slot. Weaseling away from Pavelski. Papadopoulos to the near side wall for Jeffers. Will climb his way down low, loses his stick, and in turn loses the puck. Stretch pass up ahead does not connect with Lund. The Rhinos will get a change. 3:22 remaining in overtime. Zap over the red line. Rich towards his left will curl at the last second before entering the Rhino zone. Rethink the process here. He'll go off. On comes Topi Pukanen. The Wranglers have got Pukanen, McNaught, and Gagnon out there right now. Gagnon marking big time minutes on the Wranglers here tonight. As Gagnon towards his right. Gone past McNaught. Around the horn it goes and pops out on the near side wall where the Rhinos will quickly possess it. Combo built in it. Three behind the page. Swinging out to the right side wall. Walker uses it in neutral zone. Pukanen quick to jump on the puck. It'll be Pukanen. Got McNaught in the middle. Pukanen shoots and it goes off the stick of Hiltonen. At the line, puck goes by DeMarco back down towards McDonough. Right side McNaught, one touch pass looking for Topi Pukanen. Drifts towards the high slot. Pukanen with a goal, shoots and a blocker save by DePape. What a shift there for Topi Pukanen. He'll go off as McDonald will scurry back towards the comfort of his own zone. Looking to get a change here. Off goes DeMarco, on comes Jeffers. 2 minutes remaining in overtime. Stretch pass up ahead. After it is Jack Ivey racing with Pellerine. Ivey steals the puck away. Jack Ivey towards the slot looking for McDonald. Corrals it across. Pass was in front of Jack Ivey. Trying to go back across from McDonald. Defensive stick gets in the way, but McDonald comes away with the puck. McDonald dancing his way at the line. Drop pass. He's got Jack Ivey, but he'll skid it back out to center. Wranglers want to regroup here. Iron bodies come off. On comes Ben Ivey and Roman Zapp. Now to Jeffers. Minute 23 in overtime. On the right side wall. Stopped at his own blue line. Wants to rethink it a little bit. So now, dishes up ahead for Zapp. Bounces off his stick. Trying to battle with German. Near side wall. Zapp trying to kick it free. Gets it to Jeffers. High slot all alone. Kicks the shot away as pressure converged on him. Jeffers. Down low. Zapp across looking for Ben Ivey. He couldn't handle it. 1 minute to go here in overtime. Rhinos. Quick break here. It's Bolduc. Right side. Bezier shoots towards the middle. Bolduc. And he's stopped by McDonough. German across. Bezier shoots and scores. And the Rhinos win it in overtime. Tough break for the Wranglers. Ends in overtime. McDonough made the initial save, and the Rhinos chopped it back out towards the slot. They were able to corral it, send it across towards the left side, and the shot was taken at feet McDonough as he was going from his left towards his right, and that's the game winner. Wranglers fall to the Rhinos 2-1 in overtime. Not a complete loss for the Wranglers as they do gain a standings point here tonight. Got to give the Wranglers credit. They battled through and through with a full effort here tonight. They were able to rally back in the third period off of Corson McGuire's first goal in the league. Tie the game up at 1, but just wasn't enough. The Wranglers fall here tonight to the El Paso Rhinos 2-1 in overtime. Wranglers postgame starts now. In a tough environment like this, Wranglers do come away with a standing point, so there's that. But a game like this, low-scoring affair, these are games that the Wranglers usually find a way to pull ahead and win. Looked like they were almost going to do it. It was McGuire to tie the game up late in the third period. Send it to overtime. Wranglers had a few really good looks there, but ultimately in overtime, it's the El Paso Rhinos that come away with the victory. Have the scoring as the final here from El Paso. Looks like the game-winning goal go to Camden Bazier. They were scoring 10-19 for the first period. It was Tim Mackenzie's first goal of the year for James Cooley. No scoring in the second period. As we get to the third period, Wranglers in crunch time. It's Corson McGuire picking up his first goal in the North American Hockey League, and his first goal as a Wrangler. 9:26 into the third period. They're going to give the assist to Nolan Gagnon. Looks like earlier on they gave it to Jacob Miller. Now belongs to Nolan Gagnon. That was the goal that tied the game. And then you go to overtime. Bazier win it for the Rhinos in the extra frame. And that's it. So, in a game that was just as tight as they come, Wranglers actually end up outshooting the Rhinos 22-21 when all is said and done. One of those games where it was a tight one, neither team could have won it. And ultimately, it's the Rhinos that win in overtime. Wranglers still looking for some more answers on offense, but resiliency is still there for this Wranglers club. They're able to come away and pull some points out of tight games. One standing point here tonight, so that's the consolation prize. The Wranglers are just going to have their eyes set on 2. To get back in the win column tonight against the El Paso Rhinos. I have it all for you on NATV and YouTube. Same start time as it was tonight, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Puck drop. I guess 7 o'clock mountain. So 8 o'clock puck drop. 50 pregame show. I have all the action for you here tonight. Wranglers still alive and well in the race for the South Division. It's the El Paso Rhinos that are able to come away. They win here tonight in overtime. And this is one of those games where I thought the Wranglers got a lot better as time went on. Their third period was definitely their best period in the game. The McGuire goal shows that, but Wranglers need to find a way to really generate some more scoring. You think if they're able to score a few more of their chances here in this game doesn't even get to overtime. Connor McDonough played lights out for the Wranglers here tonight, and it was an effort that won't go unnoticed, stopping 19 of 21, but ultimately the Wranglers fall in overtime. But what matters is that the Wranglers were given a chance to win by the stellar play of Connor McDonough, and you get a performance from your goaltender like that, you're able to score, in this case, even 2 goals. And regulation would win the Wranglers the game. So I think once the Wranglers find that scoring touch, they're going to be a dangerous team to play against. So they'll turn their sights towards tomorrow, where they'll be right back here to take on the El Paso Rhinos for the second game of the 2-game set. And then after that, they'll be off to Odessa on Sunday to take on the Jackalopes for a one-off before they head back home for the week. And they'll continue the road trip next weekend. They take on the Lone Star Brahmas at NYTEX Sports Center. Well, I think that's going to do it for me here tonight. Exciting matchup ends in an overtime victory for the Rhinos. See if the Wranglers can bounce back here tomorrow. As once again, your final score, the Rhinos 2 and the Wranglers 1 in overtime. I'm Guy Chiarenza saying good night and so long. Happy Thanksgiving, happy Black Friday, and we'll see you tomorrow on NATV and